And gentlemen, welcome back to Wayfarers, the campaign that the town is talking about. It's episode 11. Last time, the team was on the back of a giant magmalisk going through the lava of the land outside Tol Karabad. Kal and Mendax just barely survived by the skin of their teeth, by the strength of Kal's back and Mendax's broken knees. They made it back to the city and found out something rather peculiar about our amazing dwarf called Stumpy. Find out what's going to happen next on Wayfarers.
Alrighty, yes. Thank you, Jimothy, for our start once again. 11 episodes in a row. It's been awesome. This is a very cool milestone for the campaign, I feel. And I hope everyone has been enjoying playing as much as I have. So welcome back, guys. Hope you had a fun 2 weeks. Yeah, to do just a slight recap, I think Jimothy did a great job. You guys collected enough blood from the ticks that were on the back of the magmalisk. You had a very haphazard adventure doing that. Mendax took a couple of tumbles and spills, had to be rescued maybe once, maybe twice. But at the end of the day, you guys were able to successfully retrieve the items you needed, make it back to Tol Karabad, and the dwarves pulled you guys up to the other side of the bridge. And this is now where you found out that Stumpy, the legless dwarf that you guys have been traveling with this whole time, is actually the king of Tol Karabad and not just some random individual they assigned to row your boat. We can go ahead and start there. It's, you know, your guys' call. Right now, the dwarves that are on the other side of the bridge, they're really just, they're kind of making sure that Stumpy's okay, getting him back into, he had like that makeshift wheelchair, like I mentioned before, so they're kind of helping him back into there. And the cleric / alchemist will come up to you three. Oh, do you have the blood? Quick.
Yes, we do. We collected all the blood. We got close to getting enough and thought to ourselves, should we turn back? This is extremely dangerous. We are injured, and we are not guaranteed survival. But we continued to get the blood from the ticks, Mendax and I, on the back of the huge magmalisk, running up, running down, trying to see where they were. I couldn't see anything the whole time. I was practically blind, just using Mendax as our eyes and then trying to lift them, stab them, and get it out. But yes, we have the blood, and it's here.
Excellent. He'll take it from you, and a couple of his he'll hand it to a couple of his assistants, and they'll rush off. You can tell, obviously, they're in quite a hurry to get this material and start working on it. He'll kind of thank you. Talk to the captain. I'm sure he's got something planned for you guys. And then he'll walk away. Basically, he's more concerned about getting this blood, doing whatever they need to do to it, and then administering the cure as it would be to their population. That's the only thing that's on his mind right now. To kind of recap a little bit, you guys are fairly injured. Mendax, you're at some very high levels of fatigue at this point. You did pass out and go unconscious a couple of times. Your guys' row back wasn't quite enough resting, so you're at a point of exhaustion now. Maybe you can speak, maybe you can't. It's kind of up to you and how far you want to go there. Nigel, you have still that like lava slag that's like on your calf. If you remember, you took an injury from the lava when you were in the boat, so that is still fairly painful. It's a dull kind of pain now, where it's not really stabbing, but it definitely hurts. Call, you're just overall very tired. Everyone's tired. You guys have had a very taxing day, of course. So however you guys would like to proceed from there. The captain is talking with Stumpy right now.
Well, I understand this town is in a great deal of haste. This wasn't just some issue that we are coming home and now we are received as heroes and everyone can rejoice. all the work needs to be done to administer and make whatever medicine comes from this. So whatever we need to do to help with that process, we're not dying here, but we're all very grumpy and tired.
Yeah, you're talking to the captain, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the captain will turn around, he'll kind of nod at Stumpy, and Stumpy will actually wave at you guys and roll himself away. He's pretty tired too. If you remember, he had some very taxing activities. So he is going to be kind of led off by a few clerical-looking figures so that they can heal him up. The captain will turn his attention to you three, though, and he'll kind of bow very deeply and go, I really don't have any words for how much it means to me and the city. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. We require nothing more, please. Come, we'll see to your wounds and feed you, give you a bed to rest. We can talk more tomorrow.
I did have one question, and you don't have to answer if it's some dwarven secret in these lands.
Yes.
But from my perspective, most people wouldn't send their king on such a perilous mission. No, we would assume that you would send someone who was more expendable. But Stumpy, he's of the highest seat, no?
Aye, Stumpy's our king. King Stumpy. He insisted he go. He refused to stay at home. He wanted to see to this matter himself. That's just the kind of king he is. Leads from the front.
Well, I admire this form of leadership, and am honored that he was part of it with us, and also that he didn't need to state his kingship to us. He was simply rowing a boat and trying to contribute his best.
That sounds like him. I feel like he often forgets he's the king. We often have to keep him in check. But, well, that's just where we are.
Can I ask roughly how long he's been king?
Oh, let's see.
And he'll kind of like try to do he'll like count on his fingers. You don't really know if he's counting years or decades.
70, 80 years? Something like that.
And how long do dwarves live?
Depends on the dwarf.
Well, Kenku lived for about 35, so ruling for 70 years is out of the question, unless there's some potion or magic involved.
You know, it's all perspective. It's not about how long you live, it's about the legacy you leave behind.
That's very true.
Do you call him King Stumpy, then?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't... Okay, I suppose. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it. I almost died twice. Really? King Stumpy? He didn't...
Yep.
Was
King
he...
Stumpy.
Did he have legs when he was crowned? And then
Yes.
changed his name. What was his original... Did he go by King Stumpy even when he did not have stumps?
No.
Did he go
He
by
didn't.
King Leggy?
No, I don't think so. To be honest with you, I forget what his name used to be.
He's just always been a Stumpy even when he wasn't then.
And he'll think. I mean, it looks like he's really straining his head kind of hard to remember, like that long back.
Maybe his name... Thomas? No, not Thomas. Scraggle? No.
Richard?
No, it's not Richard. I know it's not Richard.
Okay.
Oh, yeah! Sorry, a little mimicry is leaking out.
I mean, if you want, I'm sure it's written in some book somewhere. I can find it for you.
I mean, no rush. Just, curious. It's fine. King Stumpy it is, then.
Everyone just calls him Stumpy. I've never heard anything else. I'm sure that he had a different name at some point. Maybe
Well-
you ask him yourself.
Yes, we could ask him. Mendax, you look like you could use an ale.
I think I could use several ales. For what ails me.
Okay.
I just took 1 damage.
Take 1 mental damage as you just get a headache from how bad that pun was. No, you can go ahead and mark that down.
Oh, it's gonna knock me down.
It's gonna do you in. Jumping off of a magmalisk onto a barely dried surface of lava, that's fine. But the puns of Mendax are too much for your Kenku brain to handle, I'm afraid.
I really, really wish that would have been enough to knock you out.
A verbal assault. Yeah, so by now the other dwarves, they've all kind of gotten their orders. They've been either rushing to the castle or kingdom rather of Tolkarabad, or rushing from there to you guys. More dwarves that are in those nice kind of white cloth robes with the green tree symbol. Again, you figure the clerics or the alchemists are somewhere in between. Start looking you guys over, making sure you're okay. Nigel, they take special note of your leg. They let you know that in order for the damage to not be permanent, they're going to have to do some work on it. It might take a bit to heal. You know, it doesn't look like it's too severe, which is great, but they're looking over, you know, Mendax as well. You definitely have suffered like a concussion or 2 in the time that you've been knocked out in this this last session. And Call, you just look like you're basically almost at the brink of collapse. You guys are handling well, but your adrenaline is definitely faded, and you're starting to feel that pain. So the captain will, if you guys are ready, lead you guys back to Tolkarabad, see to your wounds, your injuries, get you some food, and give you a good night's rest if you want. Unless you have anything else you'd like to ask him.
I don't think I have any more questions. Thank you very much for giving us a place to rest and recuperate.
Okay.
No, so
Yeah.
I'll happily get some treatment on my leg and get some food and ale.
Awesome.
Yes. Ale and ale sound delicious.
Perfect. So yeah, the captain and the cleric dwarves will say, they all start kind of ushering you guys towards the city. As you approach, you sort of start to appreciate the immensity of how huge and kind of just like massive this kingdom is, and for it to exist on such a crazy environment on what is essentially like a pillar of earth that comes out of the lava is pretty incredible. I mean, you guys have certainly become a little bit more used to the environment, but again, it is still a very trippy kind of place to be. He does not lead you to the front gates, these massive gates with dwarven statues carved into the sides. Instead, he will actually lead you to the right, towards one of the walls. You guys walk for a few minutes, kind of going around the side of the kingdom even, until the captain stops inexplicably. You guys are behind one of the, not one of the towers necessarily, but you're out of view of the main pathway, and he'll tap on a couple of the brick stones that are laid into the wall, and he'll push one of the bricks in, which will sink in a large door on the side of this wall here. It's kind of a secret hidden passageway into the city. So the door sinks in and sort of slides to the side, and it's like,
Come this way. It's a bit of a shortcut.
and he'll lead you guys into this this hallway.
I'll follow along, committing the exact order of the bricks and specific bricks. I'm committing to memory.
Okay.
I'm still processing why I was carrying an empty 25-pound chest with me this whole time. That was it's just been on my mind ever since I was thinking, let's test to see if this lava will hold up. And I had a 25-pound chest. Like, that's heavy. That's heavy to carry around. It's been with us for 10 episodes.
Yeah, man, I don't have an answer for that. That's that's just a part of your character. It was when you helped out the goblin merchant earlier. You must have just hung on to one of those chests. You didn't clear them all the way out of your inventory, and you just had one now. But you know what? It came in handy. So good on you for having this random item just with you.
I mean, it sort of came in handy. We never actually saw where it landed, so we couldn't tell if it broke it. So
That's
did it really
no,
come in handy?
well, actually, Nigel saw the chest break. I remember that now. Nigel, you actually did see the chest.
Okay, so
break
it did.
on
It
the
did.
ground.
I'm sorry for besmirching your chest, Carl. You had a fine chest.
I mean, it didn't even come into use aside from then, but I guess everything has a purpose at the right time.
As you guys are entering the kingdom, Nigel, give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, don't have my dice open.
Oh,
One moment.
well. Insta one.
Roll
dice ready.
I think my Arcana
Okay.
is +5. Yeah, +5.
All right, you're not able to really discern the magic that's behind the door. You can tell that it's certainly at least magically assisted. It's not entirely mechanical in nature. But as far as what exactly goes into it, you're not sure. Anyways, you guys are ushered in, though, again into this hallway. The stonework. I mean, let's kind of tackle that real quick. The stonework, it's just basic walls, and it's just a basic floor and basic ceilings. But even such a very basic, you see it every day type of thing is striking to you guys at literally how perfect everything is. Every stone, every brick is put in such a way that it's like this is how every wall should look ever. They've done a fantastic job. It's not ornate, it's not super fancy, it's just the most perfect thing you've ever seen. So do with that as you will, but it's a really nice looking wall and floor.
The 4 seasons of workmanship.
Solid,
I got that.
robust,
Fancy 5-star
sturdy.
vibe.
Holding up even if it receives damage. Even if someone scratches it with a weapon, it still holds up. Dwarven halls, strong. I like
It's
this
like-
place.
The call of buildings.
Ooh.
Are you saying I'm a
Call
brick
of
house?
Just a minor detail, figured I'd let you guys know, but he leads you along the passageway for the next few minutes or so. You guys, it's kind of winding. There are several pathways you could have gone. You go kind of down and back up a certain amount of slopes and hills. It looks like this is almost like a service entrance, if you will, to the kingdom. This is something that is used and not everyone has access to. That's very apparent to you guys. So the fact that he's taking you this way and so openly demonstrated how to access it in front of you shows a pretty decent amount of trust. He will take you, though, to one of the back entrances to like what looks to be a worker's bedrooms and things like that. It's nothing too fancy. The bed is made out of like a stone frame with a very nice looking, essentially what would be a mattress on it with a very nice looking pillows. Nothing overly grandiose with the dwarves so far. Their statues and stonework have been, again, just really something to behold. But it's not like the fanciest place any of you guys have ever been. Arguably, Nigel, the tower that you grew up in and lived in is more sophisticated and fancy than anything you've seen here so far. But again, everything just feels very sturdy, well built, and like it's made to just last forever. But he'll lead you guys. Each of you will have your own room, and the clerics will attend to you if you have any severe injuries. Mendax, they give you kind of different tonics and draughts and things like that to try to help your head, which has been pretty splitting by this point. They will leave you an ale that's on one of the tables, but as you reach for it, like you don't even remember grabbing it. You get knocked out, you fall asleep. You're too exhausted to even think about drinking right now. Even Mendax needs rest.
But I didn't knock it over.
No, I don't know. You'll find out in the morning, I guess.
Oh my god.
I wasn't gonna.
I'll lick it off the floor at this point.
Roll to not spill your beer.
Yeah, exactly. But you're beyond the point of exhaustion. You fall asleep.
God damn it.
Nigel, your setup is a little bit more sophisticated. There are more dwarves and we'll say medical personnel in your room. They give you a different mixture of medicines and herbs and kind of different things for you to consume to try to dull the pain mostly. It's not that there's a lot that those are going to do to heal you at this point, but then they get to work fixing up your leg. You can tell that these dwarves are very proficient in the medical arts. Their tools that they use are very clean. They look, again, similar to the craftsmanship of the walls and the floor. They look extremely precise. They look very, very well made. So you feel comfortable having them essentially operate on your leg. The operation is fairly crude. It's basically just pulling these stone fragments out of your leg, which have essentially embedded into your skin. The reason why they're using these tools and scalpels and things is to try to just aid in the recovery. The less trauma they do, the better. It's fairly painful. It hurts. Even with all of the medicines that they've given you, it is testing your limit, but you figure this is the best that you've got to do. Give me a Constitution save.
I'm assuming this is for how much I'm crying during this.
Well, we'll see. Maybe you roll a 20 and you're like, this easy.
I love this.
We've rolled a 5 plus 2, 7.
Okay, 7. Not the greatest. You're hanging in there, but eventually it does become too much and you start to black out.
Okay.
Give me one more Constitution save. Let's see.
And that's an 8 plus 2.
All right,
10.
you are now asleep, so you couldn't deal with the pain. It was too much for you to handle at the time. Nothing wrong with that. They honestly probably would have preferred it for you to be asleep. So you're asleep now, and the pain has faded away. You have no dreams. Call. They escort you to your room. In there, they do check you over. You look the most okay out of everyone that's been on this quest. You don't have any severe injuries. You don't have anything, no torn muscles that they can tell. They do check, make sure. And you look fine. They give you something to help you sleep if you want it. It's, again, just a mixture of herbs and essentially a bowl. You can eat that if you'd like to. But besides that, they'll ask if you need anything else. And if you don't, they'll leave you to rest.
Is there water? Did they bring water?
Oh, yeah. They bring you water and yeah, absolutely. A bit of bread and food and things like that as well for you to snack on if you're hungry.
Yeah, I feel a pretty different sense of being. I have 2 major weights off from this quest. The halberd is a huge weight off. It's gone. It's in the lava. Yes. And then the chest, which, God knows why I had that this whole time. That was another huge weight off. So I'm very tired, but at the same time, it's kind of balanced out by feeling a little bit lighter of not having to carry anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Your trip back it's got to be at least a solid 35, 40 pounds lighter than when you made your excursion out to do this. So, I mean, the halberd, I think it was like 10 pounds, 15 pounds or something like that. It was pretty heavy.
Yep,
so, yeah. About a 40-pound load off of your back.
Could I go the fuck to sleep?
Yeah, you can go the fuck to sleep. Absolutely.
Excellent.
You knock out for the night very quickly, and you all rest very peacefully. On your own, you all wake up individually. Nigel, when you awaken, you can see that your leg has a large bandage wrapping on it. You can tell there's some sort of like cooling property, almost as if, again, to numb the pain that's got to be coming from your leg. It's likely they rubbed kind of like some salve or something on top just to try to, again, reduce that, make it as comfortable as possible for you. When you awaken, there is a knock at the door after a couple of minutes. You're recovered at this point. You can move around. You're very stiff for one thing from just the amount of ordeals you've been through, and you are still in quite a bit of pain, but with effort you can move and you can speak. So you hear a knock at the door.
Come in.
And yeah, the door will open, and it's again one of the robed dwarves. He has in his hand like a platter of food and some water, and he'll place it next to your bedside. He'll check up on you. He'll kind of pull your eyes down, look at your pupils, things like that. Make sure you're not going into shock, you don't have a concussion, all those other things. Kind of just checking up on you. He said he'll come back to change the bandage on your leg. That'll need to be changed every so often, and to check up on how the injury is healing once you've had some time to eat your food. So you're now kind of back alone, unless you want to ask this dwarf anything specifically, or if you'd like, you can just be left alone to eat and kind of relax.
Yes, I mean, I'd like to just ask him, are you a doctor or a cleric of some sort?
Yeah, are you a doctor or a cleric of some sort? He'll say,
well, I practice different medicines here in Tolkarabad. I guess you could call us clerics, but healing is less about the divine and more about nature.
One who practices natural remedies. Good to know. Are my comrades, do you know if they're in neighboring rooms? Can I visit them?
Yes, of course. They're just,
he'll say that, Call is on the door to your left and Mendax is on the door to your right when you head out in the hallway. He says you're welcome to move about, but he doesn't recommend doing too much strenuous activities until they can see how your leg has been healing.
All right, cool. How long will it take for the leg to be fully functional again, do you think?
He'll say, well, at this point, it's a bit too early to tell. We'll have to see how your healing goes when I come back to change the bandage. From there, we might have an estimation for you. You're lucky that the lava didn't fragment any of your bone or rip any major muscles. It might be some time, but we expect that you should make a full recovery.
Well, thank you so much for your hospitality. I'm Nigel, by the way. What's your name, good sir?
My name? Well, my name is Tormund. It's nice to meet you, Nigel. And if I may say so myself, thank you so much for all of what you did yesterday. It's really made a big impact on the kingdom. The potion has already been administered to those affected, and we've seen immediate improvement already. It's still a long struggle in front of us, but because of you and your friends, I think we'll be able to make it through.
Thank you, Tormund. You seem to be part of a prosperous and good, kind-hearted people. Thank you for your treatment, and I will eat food and start smashing that down.
Yeah, and he'll kind of just, bow his head to you and just, again, he'll say thank you and leave the room and let you eat in peace. Mendax and Call, we'll start Mendax first. You awaken, there's already a platter of food that's on your table. You suspect, they may have knocked and you didn't answer, and they kind of just left it there for you to eat. Your injuries, not as severe as Nigel's are, so they are not too concerned with the state of how you're doing, as far as they don't think you have any kind of long-term injury that they need to super check up on. But you do see a platter of food there. Call, you see the same thing when you awaken, just a platter of food waiting at your bedside table.
Do I? Where did it go? There was just a bunch of food here. Who did that? That was me.
Wait, what?
Paul the Kinku.
Wait, what?
I wolfed it down so fast I didn't even realize it.
My God.
I wolfed it down so fast the dungeon master didn't even realize it.
Didn't even realize. I had no clue what was happening. Like, wait, did I misspeak? I'm so confused right now. Yeah, okay, no, you're left to just kind of scarf down that food. Mendax, I'm assuming kind of a similar deal, or is there something specific you want to?
No, I'm looking for the jar of ale first.
A jar of ale. Give me a D20. Give me a dex save. Does unconscious Mendax know how to save a tankard of ale?
If there's one thing Mendax knows how to do,
It's steal
It's
people's shoes.
it is steal people's shoes. If there's 2 things she knows how to do, it's to take pants. But if there's 3, she knows how to catch her goddamn ale. I've got a 17.
17. Yes, unconscious Mendax was able to save the ale. You actually awaken, and you notice that your hand is hanging off the bed, and you're actually holding the tankard, like kind of death gripping it, to
Sounds
make
about
sure
right.
that it's not hitting the floor. Perfectly balanced. Not a drop has been spilled.
Fucking goals. I would like to down that tankard of ale.
Absolutely. Give me a Constitution save.
Oh, god
This is
damn it.
dwarven ale, be careful.
Shh. Mother's
you
milk.
said you tanked it, right? Okay.
Fuck!
Uh-oh.
It's a nat 1.
Oh no!
Alright. Mendax, you go back to sleep. In so many words.
God damn it!
You tank the ale, and whether it's mixing bad with the medicine and herbs that you ate the night before from the dwarves, or whether this ale was just that strong, it essentially you before you go to sleep, you belch out what feels like fire from your stomach, and you just hit the bed hard. This time you're not able to hold onto the tankard. It falls to the floor, but there's nothing in it, so.
It's empty, it's fine. That's not a party foul.
And Mendax is now
Okay.
passed out until episode 12.
Yeah. Goodbye.
It was obviously the herbs. It's not normal. It was the herbs.
This
or
doesn't
the
normally
multiple
happen to
concussion.
me.
Of course.
It must be the herbs.
I swear this never happens.
So yeah, you did you even eat anything? You didn't. No, you didn't. You just
No, I
drank that. Okay, perfect.
It's called priorities.
That's fair. Okay, Nigel and Call, you guys have rested up. Nigel, the dwarf has come back into the room after about 10 minutes, giving you enough time to eat and drink and kind of just wake up. He unbandages your leg and has these fresh cloths, that he's going to use for bandages, and also a pitcher of water and some towels, essentially. Underneath the bandage is like a mixture of what looks like dried blood with like almost in the same kind of consistency and color as like a pesto almost. It's this deep green with different sort of twigs and leaves that are mixed into it. It smells pretty rotten, but he takes the towel and with the water kind of starts to wipe it off of your leg. As he does that, it definitely starts to sting again, almost like a fresh wound, but it's not even near how much it hurt last night when they were removing the shards of that like black onyx from your calf. Go ahead and let's see. Give me a medicine check.
All right. Rolled a 5. I've got a +4 on medicine. 9.
Yeah, so I mean, if you couldn't tell already, this is definitely some mixture of healing herbs that they've grinded up into like a paste and spread over the wound to try to aid in healing as well as pain management for it. And now that it's being removed, it's sort of losing the effectiveness very quickly. he fully removes all of that salve from your leg, and you can see the extent of the damage that's done. It looks like someone took a cheese grater and kind of just raked the side of your calf a couple of times. There are like patches of flesh that are kind of intact, but there are big chunks and almost gashes in the side of your leg that are taken out. It's a pretty rough looking scenario. It definitely doesn't look like it's going to heal and be the same as it always was. But you figure if this is the best the dwarves could do, this is probably the best situation you could be in from that injury.
They say scars make you stronger, I guess, but right now I'm looking at missing chunks of my leg and feeling rather shit. Tormund, thank you for your treatment, but that looks really messed up. What do you think now that you've changed the bandages?
I mean, I've seen worse. But, you know, you'll be able to walk, so there's that. We were concerned for a little bit. We had to check the bone. You see right here, and he'll kind of point to one particularly larger like opening in your leg. So we had to dig through and kind of make sure that your bone was okay. By that point, you passed out though, so you weren't too much trouble.
Yes, I'm rather happy I did pass out. They might have heard the screams on the other side of the city otherwise. Tormund, that name rings a bell. Is your last name Callabill, by any chance?
Oh, why yes it is. What, are you some kind of psychic?
Unfortunately not. I came across your father, I believe, in our travels. He fell, unfortunately, in battle. I bring sad news. He was under attack from a nest of giant spiders. Assuming you are his son, was it your father who was out working near Indirith?
And he kind of is like a little empty-eyed, empty gaze. He's not really focused right now.
My father? You knew my father? And you say he's dead? What happened? How do you know him? What happened?
Sadly, there was a plague of spiders troubling a town by the name of Indirith. I believe he was working there. We came across there as travelers, and they had already sent out a party of people to try and find out where the problem was coming from, but they were ambushed. Your father was amongst the couple of them. Most of them went down without a fight and were caught unawares. One managed to escape, but your father fought on. He actually managed to defend himself for many days alone in the spider cave. When we found him, he was still there, but unfortunately was mortally wounded. A gigantic pile of dead spiders around him. He put up a valiant battle, but unfortunately there was nothing we could do to help him with his wounds. One of my comrades actually has a ring that he wanted us to pass on to you, so I'll make sure we get that to you as soon as possible.
My father's ring?
He'll kind of just in disbelief sit there for a moment, the like bloody mess of a rag kind of just hanging off of one of his hands. He doesn't cry, but you can tell that he's in a kind of a deep, sorrowful state. The news you told him really cuts him deep. He'll after a few minutes, he'll kind of just shut his eyes.
I always regretted the relationship I had with my father. We never saw eye to eye. And that's why he moved out of Tol Karabad to Indirith. He wanted to get away from our home. I wish I could have seen him. Did he die well, Nigel?
As I said, he was one of the bravest warriors. The other adventurers and townspeople that went there were mostly caught unawares, but the number of spiders that he had slayed, it was monumental. More than our entire party slayed in our entire journey into that accursed swamp-like den of monsters. He single-handedly fought a small army of spiders and took them down. It was about the bravest death I've ever seen a warrior go down with.
And he'll take some amount of maybe a mixture of pride, mixture of satisfaction that his father went down fighting. It seems like a very dwarven way to go out. If there is, a way that you have to die, then by fighting is certainly not the worst way it could have been.
I'll pat him on the back and ask him to sit down. I'll go and get the ring from my comrades. Just wait right here.
He'll when you ask him to sit down, he'll sit. But if you try to stand, he'll kind of snap to you.
No, Nigel, no, don't do that. Your leg, you need to rest. I can go. I can do it. Don't worry. I appreciate you bringing me this news. I don't know if it's fate or luck, but I thank you at least for telling me. It's a grave day indeed, but also a happy day. With one hand, you bring the savior to our city, and with the other, you bring me this grim news. I am proud of him in his last moments that he went like a warrior. I know that's the way he would have liked to go. Thank you, Nigel. Just sit tight. I'll take care of you first.
Well, thank you. One of my comrades does have it. If you wish to get it in urgency, please don't hesitate to go to them. Otherwise, I will make sure they hand it to you as soon as I see them.
Thank you. It means a lot.
And he'll kind of carry on his task in silence. If you want to talk with him, you can tell he's in a deep amount of thought. He'll continue cleaning up your leg, kind of cleaning off that like bloody, essentially crusted healing salve that they had on it, and he'll apply a new, fresh, quote unquote, spread to your leg and rebandage it. he'll check on it, make sure that it feels okay, not too tight. Is there any other pain, anything like that happening, or are you okay besides your leg?
It's all right. Sure, it'll heal with time.
Many things do heal with time. This will too. I'll check on you in a bit, Nigel. We can talk later. And again, thank you so much for telling me and for bringing me this news. I know it is grim and it is not a burden anyone would want to share, but I do appreciate it. This ring, you said one of your companions had it? Which one, by chance?
I believe I wrote that down in my journal, and I will open up my journal and quickly check.
All right.
I believe my Kenku comrade has it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Do you have it, Call?
Mendax has it. She was the one who asked him if we could bring it to someone. I just put the man to rest.
He just killed him. I kept the thing for his son.
Let's not play it down. That was difficult for me to do. I don't want to kill a perfectly nice dwarf. If I can avoid it, thank you.
I'm carrying the ring to give to his only living child, and you smashed his head in with a halberd that you lost.
What is this attack about?
It's not an attack, it's just a recap!
You carried a tiny small item, and I had to kill someone so that we could move forward and give him the ending that he desired. And now we're talking smack to Carl. You're passed out. You be quiet.
I talk shit in my sleep. So.
Okay. Tommen will
Call. Okay, I'll check in with him and see if he happens to have it. Thanks again, Nigel.
and he'll leave and let you rest. Yeah, Call, pretty soon after that, you get a knock on your door.
Sorry, one of my feathers was ruffled. What?
Pretty soon after, you get a knock on your door.
No, I heard you.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. You gonna?
Yes, come in.
Yeah, the door will open. It is it's a robed dwarf. He steps in and
Cole, right? How are you feeling? Are you okay? Do you need anything?
You know, I think I'll be all right. This was quite the adventure, on an epic and grand scale unforeseen in my entire life, but we seem to have survived. What of Nigel and Mendax? Are they doing all right? They had it worse than I did.
Nigel is recovering. He's recovering. He'll be okay, but it's gonna take some time.
Can I go see them?
Of course you can. Let me just make sure that I know you say you feel okay, but you're very strong. I want to make sure that none of your muscles or your bones have any sort of issues. Do you mind if I check out?
Sure.
okay, and he'll kind of just do a very basic physical to make sure like your arms are. You didn't rip any of the muscles in your arms, Mendax. You're asleep. Stop it. And he'll make sure that you're all okay. All of your minor scrapes and whatnot are tended to.
Yeah, wow, you look like you're doing all right. I hope you don't mind I ask, but Nigel mentioned you might have a ring from my father.
I do not have it. Mendax has it, unfortunately. I did grant his final wish in letting him rest at last when he had been so plagued and beset by these foul spiders. He was a strong warrior. I hold him in the highest respect in that regard. And I can tell that his son has led a good life as well. Thank you very much for your assistance in taking care of us after this hard journey.
Oh, it's the least that we could do. He was a good man. He was very stubborn. I'm sure you would have got along with him very well. I thank you for being with him in his final moments. I'm sure it put him at ease to have such noble heroes around him in the end.
He was bold, and he passed in peace, with confidence.
That helps him. You can tell he's putting on a brave face right now. He's not like about to break down. He's taking this news fairly well, honestly, about as well as you can. But you can tell he's got a bit of a front on. But when you say that he went peacefully, you can tell that there's a piece of his mind that is a bit more relaxed.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Cole. I appreciate it. You look fine though. You're free to walk around as you need.
Well, Nigel was the most messed up, I believe, with his leg injury. I could go check in on him if that's all right.
Of course.
And he'll kind of get out of the way. He'll be nearby in case you do actually need any help standing. But for the most part, you're fine. You can stand on your own. You can walk around. Again, your muscles are very sore. You're very stiff. You feel extremely achy, as if you, just rode on the back of a train and jumped off of it. But you can move around, and it's not so bad that you're unable to function. So yeah, you can go and see Nigel if you like.
I would.
Yeah, while you head over there, Tommen will follow you out of the room, close it behind you. He'll kind of straighten a few things up, grab a couple of the dishes and plates and things like that, and leave it with as you exit, you see that there's actually 2 dwarves guarding each of your rooms. They're full clad in like a plate mail, and each of them kind of have a big war axe next to their side. They just kind of stand like resolutely. They're not really talking, not really doing anything. But as you head down the hall, you can see that they sort of just tilt their head down to you when you walk by.
I would like to return in kind, whatever salute or bow they do.
Yeah, they just very slight nod. They're not trying to get your attention. They're not trying to strike up a conversation. They just want to pay some amount of respect to you for what you did for them. So you can head over to Nigel's room. Mendax, you have a knock at the door. But you're sleeping, so that's just how that's going to be. Yeah, Call, you're in Nigel's room. The door's closed. You can knock if you want and head in, or however you want to approach that.
Come.
It's Carl. I would like to come in the room. Oh, Nigel! You all right? Wait, what happened to your back? Turn around so I can see it.
My back?
Yes, your
What's
back.
wrong with it? It's my leg that's the issue.
You have 2 huge growths on your back, just below your arms. I think those are called lats.
No.
What happened? Was that from rowing the boat?
Got strong.
Jeez.
it started in with those fishing boats, back in Lake Town, and then that gigantic metal monstrosity rowing. That was probably the hardest workout I've ever had in my life. I'll tell you, I used to think carrying the stacks of books for my master was hard, but those oars, god damn, they were heavy.
That's very nice. Getting strong. Don't count out a wizard to be weak, you see? When it comes to, you can row a boat with the rest of them. Well done. Oh, and your leg looks fucked up. Did they put something on that?
They say I'll probably be able to still walk and maybe run and do other things, but yes, it looks like there's pieces of it missing, and I'm not sure how quickly my body honestly can replace them.
I bet you'll be fine. If your back is any indication, anytime you get torn up a little bit, your body notices and it grows back stronger.
I'm sure you know all about that. What's the worst battle wound that you ever had?
Well, there was a time when I was stabbed directly in the stomach. It didn't hit any bones or vital organs. I don't know what happened. It's like it went right between everything. But I was stabbed right the way through. And the amount of blood that was all around me, it gave me a nice floaty feeling, like I was just about to lift off. But apparently that was the lack of blood going to my brain, and then I passed out.
Oh my, that sounds terrible.
It was fine. I was hopped up on some weird potion, who knows what.
I guess that helps. Can I see the scar?
Sure. I mean, it's like, I opened my feathers a little bit and you could see it.
Oof. A terribly lucky moment that didn't hit you in the guts. I mean, I guess I don't know too much about your physiology precisely. I only really understand my own, but if I was stabbed there, I'd say it's a 9 out of 10 times. That's going to be a fatal wound, unless there's a very talented healer nearby.
Yes, well, the tribal elders were able to stabilize me, so that was good. Unfortunately, I can't go back there, but I am grateful.
Well, did you get a visit from Tormund by any chance? I sent the son of the dwarf we met in the spider caves over your way to get up that ring you picked up.
Yes, I did, and I actually told him about his final moments. I don't have the ring. That was Mendax's idea. I was rather wrapped up in the concept of killing someone to let them pass in peace. And that was weighing on me. But she had the thought to ask to pass along the ring to someone, so guess that'll have to go to Mendax. I could go contact her if you'd like to rest your leg in those lats. Jeez.
There was probably a more diplomatic way to go about telling him about his father's death than telling him and then sending him on the merry-go-round of our entire party trying to get back his father's ring. I'm not very good with these sorts of complicated things, and I was just trying to figure out who he was, and a bit of an uncomfortable situation.
Don't worry about it. He's a hardy dwarf. I'm sure he'll be fine. If he's anything like his father.
I should probably try to be more aware of other people's feelings, but thank you for taking it on the, not making it too awkward.
Oh,
Did he seem okay?
Yes. He's stout. He'll be fine. You just rest those lats now. Never know when you might need to row a boat again.
Hopefully never again. I think I'm done with rowing
I'm
as
gonna
well as
tell
getting
you to do
tossed
it next time.
No getting tossed across chasms and no rowing. They're two things that I've ticked off the bucket list. And if I never encounter any of them for the rest of my existence, I'll be very damned happy about it.
Well, I'll respect that. I'll go see how Mendax is doing. See about this ring. Maybe save our friend Tommen some time.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, you can head over to Mendax's room. The door is closed, just like it was with Nigel. Mendax, roll a Constitution.
Oh, damn right. Okay, it's a nat 20, so 22.
22. Awesome. Go ahead and give me a D4.
Oh, damn it. Am I going to throw up? We got a 4.
All right, so you wake up with a splitting headache. Probably one of the worst pains you've ever felt, and you take 4 damage from it, in fact.
I don't... Oh, I think...
Is he dead again?
I might actually be dead again. I don't actually know what I was after that. I was passed out, and I don't know what health I got back from the first sleep.
The long rest would put you back at max, so everyone can be back at max health. You guys have rested way long
19.
enough to be back there, and you've had actually medical personnel help you as well. So you're back up to full. You are now back down to 19, but you're awake. The room is blurry. It's spinning around. The very few light sources in there from candles and torches are bright. The knock sounded like somebody just banged a couple of pots next to your head. You are drunk as fuck still.
Fuck off.
Mendax, it's Carl.
No! Why are you yelling? Come in.
I'm not yelling. That's my normal speaking voice. Do you want me to whisper?
You're still screaming. Oh my god, why?
Mendax.
Better, I guess.
Mendax.
What?
How are you doing? How are you doing? You okay?
I've been better. I think I hit my head quite hard.
Did you?
I think I hit my head so hard that it's not a hangover. It's definitely not that. I'm pretty sure I just hit my head really hard yesterday and then got some funky herbs. But I feel rather like shit. No, I believe it.
Nope, you know this is a hangover. Go ahead and roll a deception.
I didn't gag. I believe what I'm saying. Fuck, it's a nat 1.
Alright.
Mendax, you are so completely full of shit sometimes, I'm amazed. We've been together for this long. You think I don't know patterns here? The team goes on a quest. It's very difficult. We barely survive by the skin of our teeth. Get back home, and you get drunk as fuck, and then get hungover, and then act like something else happened.
First of all, pretty sure first time I've been hungover. Second of all, didn't you have a halberd?
Are we teasing now? Yes, it fell in the lava. I did have a halberd.
Oh, that's right.
Lava rested.
Okay,
Oh, and you let me borrow your rapier, which I can give back to you if you would like.
Well, I mean, do you think you never used it? I was slightly offended that you never used the rapier, to be honest.
Well, I did make a major breakthrough in my path of the demon sort of thing. Whatever demon soul is in me, I seem to have been able to harness it. I don't know if you saw me use that spiked tail thing. You were kind of messed up from the fall.
I didn't know if that was real.
It was
to be
real.
honest.
It surprised me.
Oh, then fuck, yeah, I would give you that rapier back. You've got a fucking stabby tail and you bite giant ticks. You don't even need the rapier.
Sure, you can have it.
Also, you lose weapons, so I'd rather, just I'll keep it safe.
You're
Sure,
not
is he
pulling
good or-
punches today. Maybe you're just grumpy because you're hungover.
As you reach for the rapier, Mendax, give me another Constitution save.
16.
Okay, you choke back the vomit for a second. That was about to assault call for a moment, but as the room spins wickedly, you quickly retrieve the rapier and lay back down.
Oh, there was one other thing, Mendax. Mendax, there was one more thing.
I swear to all the gods, this better be good.
Do you know the dwarf who was horribly murdered by spiders?
I don't remember a dwarf that was murdered by spiders.
Okay.
I remember there being a dwarf injured by spiders. And I remember you smashing his head in.
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. You asked about the ring and who we should give it to.
I did, yes, it was the ring of Colderbrill. He wanted it for his son.
Yes, may I have this to pass it along to the son, because we have found him here in the city.
Shut up.
Yes, it's the doctor, actually, who's been tending to our wounds. That's his son.
I don't even know if he deserves it now, because obviously they didn't do something right here. Because I still feel like shit, but it's in my path. Yeah, of course. Make sure he gets it.
Very good. I would like to investigate the pack and get the ring. Not messing
Yeah,
with
you
anything
find
else.
you find amidst the shoes that are stuffed into this bag, the ring that's been on this chain. You recognize it and grab it out.
Thank you, Mendax. Can I get you anything? Water, perhaps?
Do they have any ale?
Yes, they did, but they ran out because you drank it.
I didn't drink all of it. What kind of a place only has one jug of ale in an entire city? Stupid.
That was just all the ale concentrated into one mug.
I'll ask Tommen where he got it and if he recommends more.
Okay, that's fair. Thank you, Carl. I'm glad to see you're... Is Nigel okay? Is he part stumpy now? Is he a half stump?
He's gonna keep his legs, thankfully.
Oh, that's good.
And he also has lats now.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does. I saw them. I thought it was a tumor.
He
Two
does
tumors.
not.
Yes, he does. He was rowing in the boat with Stumpy that whole time we were on the Magmalisk.
Are you trying to tell me that Nigel is on his way to being swole?
It could happen. I know you might not think so, but the evidence is there. I saw it. You can go see it.
Nigel has lats. I may allegedly be hungover. I don't even know what this world is coming to. Good for him. And he'll be able to walk again. That's excellent news, and I'm glad to see you're well, Carl. I knew you would be. Also, thank you for carrying me. And saving me.
You're welcome. You're a good
Twice. friend. Don't tell anyone that, it'll ruin my reputation.
That I carried you, or that you're a friend?
The friend part. The caring part seems fine. I'll tell people it was a choice.
Are you not allowed to have friends?
Friends are dangerous in the domestic foraging world.
Oh, you're saying I could get arrested. That makes sense.
Absolutely. That's 100% what I meant.
You could also just not
I'm
steal
thinking
from people,
about you.
You know.
It's not stealing! It's domestic foraging. I don't know how many times I have to say this.
At least once more.
Domestic foraging.
Well,
give me another Constitution save, Mendex.
Fuck, it's a 4.
Okay. You throw up a little bit off the side of your bed. Your mouth is completely coated. It's dry. And the prolonged conversation and the state that you're in is really not doing you well here.
Maybe water. Carl, if you see Tom, maybe water.
I'll get you the most crisp, fresh water I can find. Rest up now.
Okay, I'm gonna stay lying down.
Yeah, Carl, you can ask one of the guards outside if there's any water available. And they'll
which way Tolman went?
Sure. They'll just he'll just point down the hallway and he'll go,
First door on the left.
Thank you.
yeah. There you go.
Well, I would like to proceed then.
Sure. You head down the hallway. It's not too far of a distance down until you reach one of the doors on the left. It's a similar looking door to the ones that you guys have been staying in. It's closed.
I would like to knock. Yes, it's Carl.
Oh, Carl! Yes, come in, come in.
Hello, good Sir Tolman. I did find the ring from one of my comrades.
Yeah, you enter the room. It is, it looks more like an office in sort of storage area here. It looks like this is where Tommen does probably most of his work and preparation. You can see that there are an assortment of rags. Some of them have been used, obviously, to clean Nigel's leg, and he's kind of cleaning those up to be reused later on. Different herbs, different jars full of different kind of either liquids or dried grasses, things like that. You can tell that this is someone who specializes in healing medicine. Give me you don't even need a nature check, actually. From the research you've done, you're able to identify some of the very basic herbs there, as you recognize them from your book, as used for some basic rudimentary healing. Some of them promote blood flow to that, area that it's applied to, like your leg, to promote healing. Some of them are used to numb pain. Some of them cool, things like that.
So Tolman, this is the ring that was passed along from your father to Mendax, and now from me to you. I forget the name of the ring Mendax told me just now, but she's very, very, very drunk, and her words were very slurred, so forgive me that I don't know the name of it, but here is the ring, and I believe you ought to have it.
He'll listen to what you're saying, and he'll put down the dirty rags, essentially, and wipe his hands off on some clean towels so that he doesn't take the ring with dirty hands. He'll approach you kind of slowly, not like cautiously, but just weighing the situation, and he'll take the ring from you if you give it to him freely. And he'll take a moment to kind of just admire it in his hand and hold it up to the light. Again, it's this sort of marvelous gem-encrusted, like onyx black ring with these different dazzling sort of gems that are inlaid. It's quite beautiful. It's a real piece of work, and it's quite a well-crafted ring. He'll stay like that for maybe a minute, just admiring it, and he'll nod his head and grasp the ring in his hand.
Thank you, Carl, for bringing this to me. It means a lot.
Yes, well, there's no way to sugarcoat or to make you feel good about things. I understand you're feeling great loss right now, and I'm very appreciative of the help that you've provided to us, and I hope that this ring can remind you of your father's strength as you carry on.
It will, trust me. It's a family heirloom, passed down from his father and his father before him. The line's been unbroken. It would have been a real travesty if we lost this. So thank you again.
That is well. Also had a question about your ale.
Yes.
A little bit unrelated. So, one of our party members is a bit of a connoisseur of various beverages of the alcoholic kind. And normally she can go harder than the rest of them and be totally fine, but she is down for the count for a while. What is in it? How do you make it?
Oh, well, little bit of this, little dash of that. I'm not one to reveal the secrets of our brewmasters, but our dwarven ale is quite strong. I don't recommend anyone drink it in one sitting, not a full tankard anyway. How much did she drink?
Oh, she shotgunned the whole thing right away.
Oh.
She knows how to party. That's a fact.
That's a very bad idea. Hold on
You
just a
are
moment.
saying this to people who climbed on the back of a magmalisk without ever seeing one before. We are crazy people, basically.
Yeah, I can tell. That's very apparent to me now. Let me mix you up something that might help. I've never seen a non-dwarf drink that much that quickly. I'm not quite sure the effects. One moment, and he'll go around to the different jars and dried herbs that are around and break out the mortar and pestle and kind of grind a few things together. You recognize some of the herbs, you don't recognize a few of the others, and he adds it all to like a mixture of just water, and he hands you the flask. See that she drinks this. Yeah, just see that she drinks this.
I shall. Thank you very much. And I was sort of feeling a general question. I know we haven't really talked too much about reward and that kind of thing, but we did sacrifice a lot for this whole quest. I'm totally out a weapon. My halberd was lost in the lava when I was trying to reach for some of these crystals to attract the ticks that we could use to get this blood. Who are we going to be speaking with about this?
Oh, the captain. You can all speak to the captain. I'm sure he'll have some reward planned for you. I wouldn't worry about it. When you're ready, let me know. I'll take you to the captain. It can be today, tomorrow. Take your time, truly. Our kingdom is open to you. Rest and eat well.
I had one more question. What of
Absolutely.
the progress
you
of
can have as many as you need.
this medicine that we got the blood for? Is it being created, distributed? Are the people going to be fine?
It's been created already and distributed amongst the most critical in need. Unfortunately, there were some unavoidable losses. Just not much we could do about it. But luckily, you were able to return the required materials before it was too late and there were mass casualties. The major risk is over. We're now just on a longer recovery. They'll need time. Our kingdom won't be back up and operational quite yet, but thanks to you, we'll still have a kingdom.
Very good. Glad things are moving along. And you're on the road to recovery as a city and as a people.
It's all thanks to you and your companions' heroics. Truly, we're indebted to you, Cole. If there's anything that we could offer, just ask.
Don't forget about King Stumpy. He pulled his weight and then some as well.
That does sound like our king.
All right, well, I'll go give this concoction over to Mendax.
Okay. Yeah. You go to the door. It's closed again. Mendax, give me a Constitution save.
I swear to God, it's a nat 20. I've only got
Alright.
extremes today.
Nope, that's good. You're
22.
awake. You're awake and you're fairly coherent. The knock is definitely loud. This is not a very pleasant noise, but you're hanging on.
Come on in.
said the thickest, biggest bird. Biggest bird. Mendax, I have a concoction for you made by the doctor.
Is it the same doctor who gave me herbs yesterday? Because I'm suspicious of their medicine here.
I wasn't in your room when you were administered medicine the first time, so there's no way for me to know that.
Fair enough. Okay, so what is this concoction?
This is a dwarven hangover cure, probably.
Well, I don't know why you would bring it in here. Don't need a hangover cure. I'm fine.
So, if you would like to put your
desperately
bullshit
want it.
in a bucket, you may do so, and then I can give you the remedy.
Okay, I'll just take the remedy. I don't want to be rude. You went through all the trouble to get it for me, and I appreciate it, so I will show my appreciation by taking it, even though I know 100% I do not need it. And I'm going to drink the concoction.
Yeah, it tastes like you're more chewing on like grass and twigs and leaves more than you're drinking it. The water is there purely to just try to help that. It's not very pleasant. It's not like disgusting, but it's very unpleasant. It takes you a solid minute to chew through what you need to.
No, I can't even like all this. This tastes worse than the stonefish to me at this point.
Does it taste like the stonefish? I like the stonefish.
Oh, very different flavors of bad. Very different flavors of bad. I didn't throw up from the stone, or did I throw up from the stonefish?
I think you almost did. I think you threw up when you got drunk again in the tavern after.
Yes, I didn't think I threw up from the stonefish, but I know I did throw up in a bowl.
Yes, you
and
did.
then I tried to pass it off as being bad soup.
That poor
Well,
town.
it was bad soup at that point. That was not a lie.
My poor humble town of Lakewood. What did those NPCs get themselves into?
They shouldn't have put me in prison, I can tell you that. They deserved everything they got.
You stole from the mayor.
I didn't. Technically, I never left the building.
Mhm.
At that point, I was just holding and appreciating.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, you're able to get through the hangover cure. It does help significantly, actually. Though chewing through it was not very pleasant. You feel you're not 100%, but you definitely, the sort of raging inferno that was your stomach has settled down a bit. Your head is not so cracked in half anymore. It feels like you are able to focus. The room has stopped swirling for the most part. Sudden movements do still feel very kind of yikes, but if you move slowly, you can get around okay.
I would like to take a... Is there any bread on that plate of food that I never bothered to eat?
Yes, there is. There's bread,
Okay.
cheese, there's some salted meats, all sorts of fanfare.
That sounds hot. I would just like to take a little bit of the bread, actually.
Yeah.
Just a few nibbles of bread. Carl, so you said Alfred Nigel has lats now, but is he awake as well? Am I the last person up? Did you have any ale yesterday?
No, actually, once I got into the room, I slept, and then when I woke, I ate the food and had some crisp, refreshing water. I'm feeling exhausted, but overall, all right.
Not too bad. Okay, well, I kind of feel like I need to get out of this room for a bit, so if you wouldn't mind, lending me a hand. Just for me, I could stand up on my own, okay, thank you, I really appreciate that hand. Let's go check out Nigel and see how his leg is doing.
Sure.
Yeah, you're able to, with definite difficulty and having to rely on the support of your friend Call, you're able to walk around. It feels good to sort of get out of bed. And you guys head over to Nigel's room. we'll say, unless Nigel does not want to let you in, you knock and enter.
Wait.
And yeah.
Wait.
Oh,
wait.
never mind. Shit.
Just one moment. I need to get decent.
Can we just kick the door open?
You can do whatever you want. You knocked. Nigel said this. It's now up to you.
No, I can't do it. I'll probably just fail. I weakly kick at the door, but it doesn't actually do anything. I just kind of stub at it with my toe.
Yes.
Nigel
Hurry,
and his best
Tom!
friends.
Honestly, it's not the time for a wanking.
It's not that. It's quick. Come in and look.
Oh God, no! That's
No, it's
nice.
just come in. Trust me, it's not what you think.
I've been told that before, and it's been exactly what I thought. I have fallen for this trick one too many times.
Is it safe?
Carl, you look first.
Well,
I'm not looking, you look!
Okay, I would like to peek through my feathers here and see what is Nigel doing?
Where is his wand?
How are you doing, Nigel?
I don't know. Oh, you're muted.
sorry. My wand is by my side, and I'm
Good
sitting
for
on.
you! Good for you!
Did I just hear you say that you've fallen for that trick too many times? I mean, my master did once talk about the naked wizard move, but I thought he must be joking when he said it works half of the time. I couldn't believe anybody would actually be foolish enough to fall for it.
You know what? You're talking a lot of game for somebody who just got... You know what? Shut up! I don't accept your judgment, Nigel. Almost stumped. Okay?
Note to self, it works on unassuming tieflings sometimes. But anyway, I called you in for a reason. If you look at my leg, it's horribly black and dying, and I think it's...
Oh my God! What is... That is disgusting!
For the DM's sake, I have put a minor illusion on my leg to make it look like it's dead.
Okay. I like it. A
dead
trick,
kind of
eh?
That got worse
flesh
very fast. I
and-
just saw it.
Oh, you said his leg was fine. He was going to be able to walk.
That's what I saw.
That looks like something that a dog shit out, and then they lit it on fire, and then, glued it to the bottom half of your body. It's...
Call and Mendax, give me an investigation check. Because you technically get a save to see if this is an illusion or not. So we'll see if... what is your spellcasting ability, Nigel?
I believe it's +5.
Okay, so your save is 13. That's what we need. So your save is 13. So they have to beat a 13 in order to see that it's an illusion.
9.
I got a 19. I got a 14, and my investigation is +5.
What did you get, Call?
A 9.
All right, Call. So this looks real. It's basically like a corpse's leg is attached to your friend. Extremely different from the situation you left him in. He has progressed towards the worst end of his recovery possible. Mendax, you actually are able to tell something's not quite right. The illusion doesn't necessarily overlay on his leg properly. There's a kind of a spot where you can see his normal skin. It doesn't look right to you.
Oh, no. Nigel, that looks incredibly painful. I would like to poke at the place where I see his normal skin.
Do you poke at his wound, or do you just poke at like a section of his leg that's not?
No, you said
where
the
he's
section.
been
Yeah,
wounded.
I don't want to actually poke the wound. I just want to make it look like I'm poking a dead leg, but nothing's happening because he can't feel it. So.
Yeah, you do so. Your finger kind of like it looks like it passes through his skin, like as if there's nothing there.
Oh
There's not.
no! What a damaged leg! You little. I whisper that to him, but Carl can't hear it.
Call gets a
so
perception check. We'll see if he hears it. Call, give me a perception.
Perception 11 plus 3 is 14.
Okay, you hear Mendax whisper, "You little shit," tonight.
Right then, what's going on? I was just in here minutes ago and your leg was looking like it was on the mend, and now it looks like it's about to fall off.
I know it's terrible. I think it's going to have to be amputated. Sick tiefling thinks it's funny, apparently, but... Oh, I think I'm going to lose my leg.
I'll go get Tommen then.
I know. I have my rapier here. I do feel like Carl could probably go ahead and take care of this problem. Honestly, it looks like it may have moved further than just the leg. You may have to lose another appendage, Nigel. You need to stop this necrosis, Nigel. I think it's in your best interest to just go for the appendage in the middle as well.
What? I don't... Jesus. I'm right. Thought it was getting bored and crazy in here with nothing to do. I'll dispel the illusion and... Surprise!
Yeah, with
Actually, healing quite well.
a shimmer, the illusion is dispelled as a call in front of your eyes. It sort of seems to fade like a heat wave, and Nigel's leg is revealed.
That was a funny, convincing play. You should be careful, though, if you find yourself truly injured and we turn a cold shoulder to you. Can't say you didn't earn it.
It does remind me of the tale, the ancient children's tale of the boy who cried necrosis. That is true.
Yes, we all know it well.
Honestly, it was well played. It was well played, Nigel. I am glad to see that your leg and your secondary wand are not suffering from necrosis, needing to be sliced off.
Well, thank you. And I mean, I guess you found out that threatening a man's third leg is definitely a way to the heart of the matter and the truth of things. But, I mean, as much as this was in good jest, I just wanted to remind you the next time we find ourselves in a pickle, I am becoming quite talented with these illusions. I've been practicing them a lot, and if you ever need to sneak in somewhere, I not only have the ability to make either of you invisible, I can also put any sort of disguise on you. And I've also mastered the ability of creating sounds at the same time. So the next time we find ourselves in any situation, if you have any sort of creative ideas around solving any problems we come across, let me know.
Wait, so are your lats even real then? Or are they an illusion?
Feel them.
I'm going to poke at his lats.
That's the real deal right there.
Oh shit! Carl, these are real lats!
Yes, they are. I thought they were wounds or something. Things are growing off his back in ways that I haven't seen.
I thought it was a bit of like this mushroom spider action, kind of.
I was
on the
worried
back
too.
there, but no. Actual lats. Lats and two legs. Everything is coming up, Nigel.
Give a wizard an oar and a heavy boat and he'll be a barbarian in no time. That's what I say.
Look at him. Who the hell is that thick-ass wizard? Nigel is that thick-ass wizard.
Yes. He really is.
I'm going to grow my lats to comic proportions.
Yeah, you do so. You look like you have two tumors that have suddenly appeared on your back.
Well,
I don't even know if you could get out of the door with those ones, Nigel.
so
Yes, it kind of break the illusion whenever I try to squeeze through doorways, but fun.
we have handed off the ring to its rightful bearer. We have mostly recovered, though you should probably have some assistance walking around. And I did hear that if we are going to discuss some reward, we should speak to the captain.
Perhaps we should seek an audience with Stumpy. He seemed kind-hearted, simple, down-to-earth fellow, and he may even be able to bestow us a greater reward. And perhaps your halberd wasn't lost in vain, Carl. Maybe, I mean, these dwarves are master craftsmen. They seem to know everything about metals of all kinds. Maybe while we're here, we can find you something even more spectacular.
I'm all for
And
it.
Stumpy lost his legs, so he doesn't need his shoes. But he has shoes. He has kingly shoes just sitting in a closet somewhere, I'm sure of it.
Don't steal his shoes.
No, I'm not going to steal I'm not going to steal from First, again, domestic foraging. But secondly, I will not forage from Stumpy. I'm talking about rewards here.
I'm just working from what's happened in the past. That's all. Please don't steal
I don't
his
think
shoes.
Wait, no. Does it count with Alleluia Jackson as stealing when... Okay, the first guy... Okay, fine. Fine, I've taken shoes and pants. But Nigel has worn basically every stolen pair of pants and shoes I've taken, so complicit.
You've saved my arse and my feet many a time, to be fair. I appreciate it. And you know what? That first time, that Alleluia guy was a bit of a dick. So I think we all forgive you for that. It was just a creative choice of recrimination.
Exactly. I didn't kill him. Just made him,
Nope.
Donald Duck his way back to wherever the fuck he came from.
Excuse me?
He is.
Are we
still
talking
alive
shit about
somewhere.
burbs?
No. Donald Duck is a legend, but a pantsless one.
And far inferior to a true bird.
Truly,
One
yes.
of the bravest types. I mean, surely you don't consider yourself related in some way to mere ducks. They're the lowest form of avians.
A bird is a bird. I'm not that kind of bird, but we are all birds. Where do you draw the line if we stop talking shit about these kinds of birds and now they're cool?
I don't know.
Bird pride, dude.
Maybe I'm just nursing a grudge ever since that
Wow.
owl pecked the shit out of me. But
To be fair,
Nigel,
we
you're-
were taking the feathers from the owls.
that is true.
Wouldn't you be a little bit annoyed if people started pulling the hairs off of you without asking first? Or paying you
Should we
for
tr-
it? Just pulling them off.
Just give it a go, Carl. See what he says. See what Nigel does.
I'll pull one of the hairs off Nigel's head.
It feels unpleasant.
Ow. Okay, I get it. Point proven. I will try to treat all birds, whatever low-level barn owl, bird-shitting duck, quack, mother trucker. I will treat them all with the kindness and respect that you seem to think they deserve.
That is very big of you, Nigel. Thank you.
We're changing lives here. We're
Yes.
changing minds. One bird racist wizard at a time.
I honestly feel like we've all grown a bit in this room today. Lats aside, we've all grown a bit.
All right.
Do you think they have a tavern?
Do we think the dwarves have a tavern? I don't know if it's called a tavern.
I'm sure they...
but some house of ale, drinking hall, and there's probably dwarves punching each other in the face a few beers deep somewhere
I
in
did
this
talk
city.
to Tommen about the ale because it had a very strong effect on our beloved Mendax, and he specifically said that you
herbs.
shouldn't drink it all at once. If you have a tankard, you have a sip from the top of it and then take a break. And then you have more sips. If you shotgun the whole thing, you're gonna be down on the ground.
I have heard there was an adventurer's tale once in some of the old journals I read, and he said that you must always take it down 3 rungs of liquor. So with dwarves, dwarven beer is the equivalent of some of the strongest whiskey you've ever come across. If you find dwarven whiskey, it will actually kill you. If you put even a small thimble into your body and aren't a dwarf, you will probably die. So definitely beware. They're much stronger people than us in terms of their constitution.
I don't know about
Challenge accepted.
Oh, wow.
I mean, have
you
you
guys have
met Carl?
fought. I didn't know I was gonna kill one of my characters for them drinking dwarven whiskey, but might do that today. We'll find out, I guess. Just imbibing straight poison, essentially.
I don't know about the two of you though. I mean, we should have a meeting with Lord Stumpy, His Majesty Stumpy, the Regal. I can't even think of what to call a king named Stumpy.
He is the king. The king of Tol Karabab. We can go
His
meet him.
Majesty Sire Stumpy?
You
His
don't-
Majesty Stumpy?
You don't need to go overboard. He didn't even announce it himself when he
Well,
was
he-
in the boat.
He told us to call him Stumpy, but now we know he's the king, so you should use the title and name. I don't know.
If he said, call me Stumpy, then we should, as his friends, call him Stumpy.
What if we walk in there and call him Stumpy, and his courtiers who have known him his entire life, who have to call him my liege, see us calling him just plain old Stumpy, and they get upset, and now we have a harder time of it here.
Then they can take out their upsettedness and write on the back of the Magmalisk. Same as we did.
They'll forget it in an instant. Once everyone's healthy, they'll forget all about the Magmalisk. I've seen this in 100 plays. It's courtly politics. We should tread very carefully. But besides what to call him, has anybody else had a bath yet?
No.
Because I might smell a little bit like vomit and herbs.
I smell like leg wounds and herbs and sweat and blood as well. So definitely it's bath time. The best time. The cleanest time.
I just feel like, perhaps a cleansing is in order before we actually have a face-to-face meeting with anyone. I'm not really sure where to order a bath, though, here.
I mean, you have one dwarf you've been talking to. You could probably ask him.
To be fair, I have not talked to that dwarf
You
at
have
all.
not. It's true.
I was asleep,
Super.
gracefully.
It was pretty strewn about, but okay.
No, I recall it differently, quite differently. Like
Now
an
you're
angel.
drunk.
Truly.
Sure, whatever. Whatever you need.
So I propose Nigel, what are you doing?
We're bathing. This is a
What?
bath. You
How?
bathe in the bath.
Why are you naked?
Because you need to clean
Oh,
your
dear
body
Lord.
in the bath.
Okay, well I guess we'll just go ahead and get clean then.
We bathe
Apparently it's
ourselves
not
with
weird.
clothes on.
I'm a never nude tiefling.
Yeah, sure. We'll use that as the perfect segue. You guys, you talk to Tommen, who prepares a bath for each of you, your own separate kind of private rooms for that. You each take a bath. Mendax and Nigel, yours have like different types of almost it looks like flowers, but there's also different herbs in there as well. Almost as if even a bath, they're trying to heal you guys and restore you as best as they can. Call, yours is just kind of has nicely smelling flowers in it. It's rather pleasant.
I'm enjoying this bath. It's a nice bath.
You take your baths. We're not role-playing the bath scene. That's what I'm not doing.
What? Why not?
I'm a little sad we aren't.
If you really want to, you can.
It's about immersion, dear.
All right, go ahead. You each take a bath. Roll dexterity so that the soap doesn't slip out of your hands.
Oh, you'd like to see this slopes
I
over,
rolled a
wouldn't you,
4.
Man in the
Oh,
window.
no, yeah. Wait until Nigel has to bend over. That's all the DM wants. Oh, Nigel drops the soap.
Look at him, he's come
my
out from the
God.
woods to peek in the goddamn window. It's there's a reason that we bathe together. It's for security. It's so the creepy goddamn spirit specter that apparently wants to watch us bathe doesn't, get on top of our shit.
Oh my god.
I'd like to just quietly take a bath and think about my hot off ghost babe experience.
Oh my god, you're not thinking about the druid.
I didn't say I wasn't.
That's true. That's true. Perhaps you just weren't telling us everything.
I'm in my own bath. We're in separate baths, right?
Yes, you are. You each have your own separate bath.
Well, I'm feeling refreshed.
Any other bath roleplay we need to do for this session?
I feel very clean. I feel like all the dirt has been washed away. That feeling where you can feel, your skin kind of crawling a bit because there's a creeper watching you in the window. Yeah, that's gone now as well. We've cleaned it all away. And,
Good.
I'm definitely ready to go and see the captain and see if we can get an audience with his lordship and greatest majesty of Tolkarabad, Stumpiest the Great.
Yes. As you leave the baths, your clothes have been taken to be washed, and they've left behind some simple clothes, a little bit of selection for you guys if you would like to choose from here or there, but just simple traveler's clothes. So long as it's not too fancy, you can make it whatever you want.
How many sets do we have to choose from? Do they just give us one set?
You get like 3 shirts and 3 pants, and that's about, and like your shoes.
Well, how many shoes? These are important questions.
Nigel's shoes they left behind because they're inexplicably clean. I don't know, there's like 3 pairs of shoes.
Perfect. It's fine. I put on a pair of pants and a pair of shoes and a shirt, and then I put the excess in my pack.
Okay, sure. You have now 2 more full sets of clothes.
Perfect. What color are the shoes?
Whatever color you want.
I would like a nice paisley.
You can have
on
a nice
one of
paisley.
them. A paisley print shoe. Okay.
What in the earth
The other
is
one
a
can just be
paisley?
brown.
I don't know.
Like brown paisley?
I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons with savages. How do you not know paisley? It's the pattern of old women's luggage, basically.
Why would
like a flower thing?
Why would I, a 20-year-old Kenku, know the color of old woman's luggage?
Because you're well-traveled. You're well-traveled, sir.
In spider caves?
Well, if an old maid is wealthy enough, she may have developed a strong potion habit in her day. Perhaps you should start also domestically foraging when you see such patterns.
Why are you telling me to rob old women? What is this
Only
conversation?
old women with
For their
unhealthy
paisley
addictions.
luggage! It's valuable!
Fun fact, my luggage in real life is actually paisley print because my grandmother did give it to me.
Do you ever sometimes question to yourself whether you are the bad guys?
Are we the baddies?
I don't know.
Yeah, you
Normally
guys
when
do
your
enough
friend
good
tells you to
things.
rob an old woman, that's a bad friend.
No. He said domestic forage. It's different.
I don't know the technical terms for theft and burglary and whatnot.
I think we're more an allegory for the meaningless of life in general. I'll take a ring and return it to someone from his lost wife. Mendax will, out of spite, sink a boat just because she wants to fuck someone's property because he insulted her very slightly. Everything cancels out. In the end, any good we do, we immediately cancel out by stealing things off the people that we've just helped in their lives. I think altogether it's a solid net zero good we're adding to this world, but hey, there's no negativity and badness either. It all balances out.
Exactly.
That went over my head a little bit, but I like the way you said it.
I'll have to teach you how to read one day, my Kenku friend.
Call can read.
I can't.
Oh my god, he's so racist! Just because he's a bird doesn't mean he can't read.
I just assumed, you are a barbarian, and birds do have much smaller brains than humans.
Just quit. Just quit.
I'm
Okay,
this
Carl, I
close
just
to
want-
going into a rage.
Carl, I'm sure that he took a lot of damage yesterday. He's not in his right mind. Nigel would never mean that. Nigel's read books. He's smart. It's probably just something that one of the other older wizards told him, and he's regurgitating now in his weakened state. Isn't that right, Nigel?
Yes, I didn't mean anything bad by it. He's clearly stronger and a more useful warrior, carrying heavy objects, breaking rocks, ripping spiders in twain with his his weapons, a valuable member of the party, and whether he can or cannot read or reach levels of higher reasoning, it does not diminish his value as a valued member of our party and a good friend and companion.
Okay, well, I've got nothing. I tried.
And Dex just walks away.
Wash my hands. You better hope those lats are pretty fucking strong there, Nigel.
I would like to just fix my gaze on Nigel's with my head tilted a little bit to the side. Just feeling a little bit of that avian aggression, you know? Not saying anything. Just a little connection, a moment together.
Sure. Give me an intimidation roll.
13.
13. Let's see. An opposing check. We will. Let's just do, I don't know if this is basically the right way to do it, but give me an opposing intimidation roll. We're having a stare down.
Oh, this is so good.
I think for me, it's more of an oblivious down, because I genuinely think I'm saying nice things right now.
Okay.
12.
All right, you guys, whether it's the obliviousness of Nigel, who is just thinks that you're now just looking at each other for some reason, and Cole, you get the sense he's not intimidated by you, not that you were necessarily trying to scare him, but he seems just like the entire social presence of this situation is just completely lost on Nigel. In a common sense regard, you could even call yourself smarter than Nigel.
Practical skills. I understand. Well, Nigel, do you want me to help you along then? Me with the captain? Do you have a crutch or something?
Yes, sure. You're a strong leader. Let's go.
Very good.
All right. Well, that confrontation ended splendidly. We'll go ahead and you guys can head over to Tommen, who said that he would lead you to the captain when you're ready. And he'll do so. You guys are slow going again. He kind of checks Nigel just to make sure, you sure you're okay to move around, you feel all right. If you give him the kind of assuring nod, he'll allow you to kind of go. You guys are made of tougher stuff than a lot of other people, so he kind of gets that impression and doesn't want to keep you from your quest or your journey. Regardless, he will lead you guys down a few more winding hallways. You guys are still in the back kind of tunnels. You haven't seen the main city quite yet. Not that it's been barred from you or anything, but it's just a lot easier for people that work and know about these tunnels to use them. It's a lot faster to get around. After probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes of walking, you guys reach another set of doors. You can't really tell the difference between any of them. None of them are labeled. None of them have any signs. But he stops inexplicably at this one. Whether he just knows what he's looking for or he remembers exactly how to get there, he knocks on the door. You hear the captain's voice from behind.
Yes, what is it?
And he will he'll announce your entrance and open the door and usher you guys in.
Ah, the heroes of the day. Made a full recovery already.
I wouldn't know if I would say full just yet. Nigel's leg is still pretty fucked up, and Mendax has a bit of a headache, but we'll be alright.
That's good. I expected nothing less from you three. I could tell you were strong just from the first time we met.
Well, it was certainly tested on this venture. We barely survived, but it was for the good of the city. I'm glad we made it out.
And for that, we thank you. Truly you have done us a service like none other before. We've never been plagued with such an issue, and to have you all three arrive and save the day as you did, unprecedented, astounding. Stumpy was gonna have to go on his own and take care of it, or we were gonna have to send, men that we did not have to spare, that's for sure. So thank you once again, and don't worry, you'll be adequately compensated. I've talked with Stumpy. He is prepared to bestow the highest honor we can do.
Ooh,
More ale for Mendax?
I mean, hello.
Ale. We have that by the barrel here. That's no reward for you three. No. You have been granted access to the vault.
The vault? What's in the
Whiskey
vault?
vault?
In the vault are all the treasures of our kingdom. You are allowed to take one item at your choosing from the entire riches of the dwarves. Never before have we allowed outsiders such access. It's unprecedented. But these are unprecedented times. And, well, Stumpy told us exactly how good you three were, and how your lives were in danger and peril, and you risked yourselves for people you did not know. And we are prepared to reward that in as kind as we can.
Well, I'm most grateful. This sounds like an exciting concept.
Have you ever seen the inside of the vault, Sir Captain?
He has he has a very sly and knowing smile on his face.
He does.
He says,
Oh yes, I've seen the vault before, but I have no memory of it.
Wait, what?
Yes, it's a trick to keep our treasures safe. Our vault is enchanted. High powered sorcery, magics I don't understand.
oh, any can enter. And within the vault, you are allowed all of your faculties, your mind, your body. But as soon as you leave, all memories of the inside of the vault disappear. It's quite a clever trick. I don't know how they do it.
So what you're saying is we could go in there, and I could talk shit to Nigel, and then we could leave, and he wouldn't remember.
Anything that happens in the vault, well, no one's ever had any memory of what exactly is in there.
Well, sounds exciting to me.
But if you go in the vault and you keep a written diary of everything that's happened and that you said in the vault, does that, if I take it back out with me, does that writing still exist?
I don't know. No one's ever tried.
We're going to need some paper and ink and a quill before we go in the vault.
I have a quill and ink pen. Yes, I've got some ink that still hasn't dried up, as well as a few pages.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. I feel if it's this special of a thing, then I do feel that it should be documented. And when I say special of a thing, I don't necessarily mean the vault. I do actually mean Carl going off on Nigel.
I was mostly joking.
Mostly.
I appreciate Nigel. He did talk some shit about birds.
Oh, I'm sorry if I was misinformed. Don't know as much about the world as you worldly folk, and I meant no harm by it. I'm not always the most understanding of others, so if anything I said crossed a line, I sincerely apologize, Carl. But could you explain to me, was it because I thought it was quite a compliment when I simply was talking about how strong you are and a great warrior?
There were some insults to the intellectual faculties of bird kind. The strength issue, no, that was nice of you to say, thank you.
No. I mean, you have been a worthy companion, and your especially your ability to mimicry and use deception as well as your strength has been powerful. But I guess my only interaction with Kenku and barbarian folk previously had been the writings of a certain Corcinius, I believe his name was, who wrote the books about the tribes beyond the cliffs. Honestly, I didn't think any barbarians knew how to read. I'm quite surprised. Sorry.
Well, you can't expect every document to be correct. Whoever this Corcinius person is seems to be a bit of a dick and didn't do his thorough research as he should have. Because lots of Kenku are very smart, and there are other bird kind who are also very smart.
Does that mean the whole chapter about the drunken sex orgies was also false?
Oh no, we do that.
Okay. It's going to take a while to sort out the fact from the fiction here.
Wait, what exactly did that chapter say?
Oh well,
the dwarf captain will look at you guys. Do you need some time?
I'm
sorry, Captain.
Moment,
just a minute. Yeah, sorry. This is just okay. What did it say?
You might learn something. So, basically, in the book that I read, he said that basically every Sunday, even more frequently, if there's a strong moon, perhaps an especially warm day, the Kenku people as a society get very excited and do enjoy a sort of communal fornication, drunken sex orgy, as some would call it. So is that true? Is that only for special occasions, harvest season, festivals, that sort of thing?
It gets overhyped a little bit. Sometimes they call it off for bad weather and this and that other thing, but it's pretty par for the course as far as things are concerned. As long as people are being safe, respecting each other's boundaries, you know. Why not?
It's a very different social standard to where I grew up, but a fascinating one nonetheless. It's good to know at least something I read in this book was factually correct.
Everyone should bathe first. Twice. To be safe.
And probably a third time after, I would imagine.
Oh, yes.
The captain. Reward. Vault.
Yes.
Money.
Yes, we would like to proceed. Sorry that we were explaining some bird culture.
You know, knowledge is the greatest reward of all.
Maybe we should have
Well,
talked
I
about
mean, if
that
you're
in the vault.
satisfied with that and don't need a trip to the vault, that's fine with me.
No, but we may need to continue talking about some of this stuff on our way.
All right, then. Shall we make our way?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he'll get up very confused, kind of murmuring some random, what heroes are these? And walk out of the door and lead you guys down a series of hallways you're welcome to continue whatever chatter you would like. Yeah, again, you guys are heading down the different service ways. You walk for probably about another 30 minutes or so. Anytime you need to take like a break and rest, again, your leg is pretty messed up, and Mendax, you're still feeling a little rough too. So, walking even can be not so happy. But you guys make make a decent pace, and you head all the way down to the end of the hallway, and there is a wall in front of you. Nigel, give me an Arcana check.
All right, we got a roll of 9. Arcana should be +5, 14.
Okay. So once again, you can tell that there is some magical assistance going on here, as he kind of draws certain runes with his finger on the wall, and again, several stones kind of inlay and get pressed in until a stairway is kind of revealed going down. So this looks, again, even amongst this service walkway, another secret kind of hidden area, if you will. And the walkway, again, very nicely fabricated stonework, torches that are inlaid onto the walls. You guys head down the walkway for what seems like a solid, probably around 10-15 minutes or so, heading at a pretty good angle the whole time. You guys are very, very far down. It starts to get pretty cold. as you guys are no longer surrounded by lava. You know, you're no longer in an enclosed oven, essentially. It wasn't extremely hot where you guys were, but it certainly wasn't chilly either. As you head down, you reach another hallway down there. This time it is much wider, and you can see pillars kind of on either side. It extends up probably about 20 feet into the air, and on either side of you is probably about another 20, give or take 20, 25 feet. So this is a very massive kind of entryway. And you see maybe every 10 feet back or so are like rows of these stone golems. They look like statues. Their stonework, again, is remarkable. Perfect to the T. As you begin to pass by some of them, you see that even the detail, it looks like the clothes that have been carved are have like a really nice kind of design and pattern that's been set into them. It looks pretty impressive, and you figure that this serves some other purpose than just decoration. But yeah, you guys continue on for what seems like another uninterrupted walk of about, we'll say, another 10 minutes or so. Every 10 to 15 feet, another row of these golems. It's about four to five golems per row. So you've passed by now probably at least a couple hundred of them. So you can tell that you get the feeling that these are probably for defense, something of the such. And you reach the end of the hallway. And at that end, there is a 30-foot gap and two waterfalls of lava that head down into just a giant kind of moat, we'll say. On the other side of the lava is a giant dwarven stone face. It's completely made out of gold and has two giant red gems for eyes. It looks, well, it doesn't look like any dwarf in particular that you are familiar with, but you can definitely tell that it's a dwarven face. And the captain will turn to you all and go,
"Here we are, the vaults."
This is amazing. Do you know when this was made?
Before my time, before any of the dwarves here's time, the vault has been around since the inception of Tol Karabad, hundreds, thousands of years ago. Our books don't go back that far.
But
have you ever heard tell of these?
Oh, who said what?
I said, but apparently the craftsmanship does.
Well, that's something that's always been around in our blood. We've just been great at stonework.
Have you ever heard tell of these golems being activated?
He'll think for a moment.
Nope. No one's ever made it down here in one piece that's ever tried to invade the city, let alone find the entrance. It's not like we give this information out publicly. You will do good to keep it a secret. I mean, you saved our peoples, but obviously this is, well, it's not public knowledge.
Of course, your secrets are safe with us, and we have the utmost respect for the history here and traditions. However, I am simply one who is fascinated by magical defense systems, and golems especially. As you can see, I have my own familiar, I guess we could call him here, this young fellow Goop, who we recently acquired. And golems are of much fascination to me.
It's a very cute toy.
Say hello, Goop.
He'll just stare at you. He doesn't respond to your command.
Mind if I take a look at him, Nigel?
Of course.
I'm no golem smith, but I've read a book or two.
And he'll pick it up with like one hand. Again, the golem is pretty heavy, so you can get the feeling that this dwarf is also pretty strong. And he'll kind of look him over. He sees that there are he's obviously missing an arm.
etc. It seems like the control orb is cracked. We could probably fix that up for you if you like.
You know how the control orb, as you call it, operates? So far, we've just been blustering our way through. He's pulled us out of a sticky situation or two, but I hadn't really figured out how he operated just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that's what this is. Like I said, I don't really know too much, but I get by. I can send it to the Golem Smiths, though, if you like.
Yes, please. I would be much indebted. Can we leave it with you now?
Yeah, sure. And he'll actually like press his hand onto the orb that's there, and there's no like seam. Like this thing has seemed like it's basically melted almost together. But he'll trace his finger around the orb that's in the center, and he'll actually like twist it out and just pop it out of place, and the goop will kind of just like ragdoll in his hands. Do you have the other one?
Yes. I'll remove the black spherical orb and hand it over.
Fair enough. When we're done here, I'll send it to them. And he'll take it from you and put it in kind of like a side pouch that he has. He'll like put goop in like a bag that he has as well. He's not like careless with them, but you can tell to him it's just like it's like a tool. It's like it's an axe that you fix. He's not disrespectful, but he's not like, this thing does not have a personality.
He's not treating it like a cute pet, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's like a nice little, it's cute. Did you make that? Like kind of.
Or like a small hero who may have brought me back from the brink of death.
I feel the slight discomfort of somebody who, those people who at the park are walking around and they have a Dalmatian and they're dressed like a Dalmatian. I have the discomfort that person has when they leave their Dalmatian at the pet groomer and they're like have to be away from it for a whole hour. I feel that. I don't actually say anything. I just look a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't say anything, he'll just, okay, whatever. It's just a piece of rock or whatever it's enchanted. Again, not disrespecting it. He's not being rude about it. But he'll turn back to the giant dwarven face, and he'll. All right, are you all ready to head in? I'm excited for you guys, to be honest.
Hell yes, we are.
Great. And he'll just clap his hands twice, and you'll feel a bit of like rumbling from the earth. Some dust and sand kind of falls down from the ceiling. And you notice the lava begins to part in the middle, and a walkway begins to rise out from beneath the lava that was in this moat. It rises very slowly. It kind of grinds on the either side of the earth and stone that's down there with you, until it rises up, and the face of the dwarf, once the walkway rises all the way to the top, the face of the dwarf, the mouth will very slowly open. You hear no kind of creaking or groaning, no metal on metal. It's silent completely. And yeah, the mouth of the dwarf opens completely until inside you only see darkness. Well, help yourselves. One item each.
Very good. Shall I lead?
Absolutely.
One last thing. Are there, besides taking one item each, are there any other rules to make sure we don't disturb your customs or your valued items? Is there anything we need to be aware of or safety precautions we must take?
I don't remember. Probably not. Stumpy didn't mention anything. You'll be fine.
All right. I guess I'll light a torch and get some light ready.
Okay. You guys head inside?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You each walk across the bridge, which until moments ago was submerged in lava, as if you remember that this should be scorching hot, but it's very cool to the touch. There's whether that's the property of what the bridge is made of or whether there's some magic at work, you guys can't tell. But you cross the gap, being very mindful of the lava that is literally on either side of you and below you, and take great care, even though you are quite excited to approach the vault. As you get closer, again, you can see sort of the magnificence of this just giant dwarven face, a golden beard kind of hanging down from the bottom that dips to the bottom of the lava. The whole thing, once again, has left you sort of awestruck and just appreciative of the craftsmanship, the artistic value in the design of the dwarves. And each of you enters the vault. The next memory you have is you are outside of the vault. We can start with Call. Call, you step outside of the vault, and in your hand you have a weapon.
A weapon.
You have a scythe in your hand. The handle of it is made of like a blackened, almost ochre type of wood. The top, it ends in a blade that curves out several feet from the end, and it's completely black. It looks like it's made of that onyx like lava material that you guys saw as you were out on your journey. As you sort of turn it in your hand a little bit, again, this is the first time you've seen it. You see that the edges of it almost shimmer with a bit of a red glow. And the end of the so the blade curves out, but where it attaches to the handle, there are several cut-in onyx feathers that jut out from the back, and like a lashing or rope that kind of seals it all together. As you step out, you actually trip over your own feet for a moment, realizing that you're not paying attention from where you're walking, and you've been just staring at this magnificent piece of craftsmanship. And for a moment, fear and adrenaline take hold. You activate some power that is laid into the scythe, and in a sort of cloud of crows disappear and reappear on the other side of the bridge, standing next to the captain.
What in the bird is this? This is amazing! Holy shit! This makes my halberd look like a piece of crap. Did I pick this? I picked this? I don't remember going into the vault. Did we go in the vault? Is this my
captain? The captain, who's like surprised for a moment that you that you appeared so suddenly next to him, starts to laugh. Yeah, that's how the vault works. What can I tell you? You've got yourself a fine weapon, though.
It is fine indeed. And I don't know about that crow thing that just happened, but I guess there's more to this than meets the eye. I'm very
he'll
thankful.
nod it. Use it well. I hear you lost your weapon on your last venture. Whatever you decided in the vault, looks like you made a good choice. Mendax, you're the next one. You all exit the vault at the same time. I'm just kind of doing you guys in order as it would be here. Mendax, in your hand you hold a golden laced amulet. So the entire chain is made of very fine gold. The gem that's at the center, there's sort of a pendant that's on it. The gem at the center is a kind of cloudy, swirling... I think she just dropped off the call, actually. Nope, she's back. I'll redo it. Can you hear us, Mendax? You know. This magical artifact was too strong.
It's an orb of invisibility, is it?
It's an orb of disconnection, I see.
Does it allow you to travel to different planes of existence?
Different dimensions.
Perhaps? Oh my.
Uh-oh.
It opens the Bifrost.
Mendax has disconnected. Well, we'll try to see if we can get her back here. Oh, she's still here on our end. She can hear and see everything, but we cannot see nor hear her. But looks like, yeah, maybe.
Wherever she is, wherever they are, I believe that there are plenty of shoes, and backup shoes, and backup pants, and backups for those backups.
Now to carry the rest of the show. Okay, Neurospec. Whew. Whew.
Oh my gosh.
One more. We just need Ash back, and we can continue.
Oh damn. Some Kenku racism in chat right now.
We got her back.
Hey, we're all back.
There she blows. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, I'm whole. I was here the whole time on my end. Nothing looked different for me.
Okay, we'll go ahead and
right.
Yeah. we'll go ahead and just start your description over. So again, you're holding this golden chained amulet. It's made of a very fine gold. You can tell just from looking at it and from a lot of the stuff you've stolen over time that this is the real deal.
Foraged.
Whatever. So the things that you foraged in the past, that this is the real deal. This is some very, very high quality gold. The amulet that's at the bottom, it's again a gem that's inlaid with gold as well. And the gem is kind of like an opal. But the color of it is like a cloudy white, and as you look at it, you can see that it's moving around almost like clouds would.
Oh my. Okay, I've got to say this is quite lovely. I don't remember picking it out, but white isn't neutral. It will go with any pair of pants or any pair of shoes. So I can see why I would have picked it.
Sure, you put it over your head and around your neck, and as you do, you kind of squeeze the opal instinctually, and you feel sort of this white smoke almost coming from the between your fingers, and this cloud begins to envelop you for a moment. And Call and Nigel, you look at Mendax, and for a moment, she doesn't disappear. You don't turn invisible, but you seem to almost phase out of existence for a moment. Nigel, you reach out to try to grab her like something's wrong. Your hand goes through her shoulder, and just as quickly as you do so, Mendax, the cloud sort of dissipates and is swirled back into that gem, and you're back to your normal self.
Did you just try to touch me and your hand went straight through?
Yeah. What the hell did that just do?
Oh, it just made my domestic foraging career 10 times stronger. That's what that just did. Do you think this would work with me going through doors?
You notice you didn't go through the ground.
That might just be a stone thing. Okay, I'm going to play with this a bit later, but I can tell you what, so many people are... I'm going to get in so many fights now. First punch, grab amulet, can't hit me. Second punch, grab amulet, fuck off. All day. Where's a goddamn tavern?
And Mendax, the righteous hero, saving Tol Karaban, ventures into the vault, choosing an item. One item. And upon exiting, immediately thinks about how she can use it for crime. Amazing.
It's not crime. It's foraging.
That's crime. I'm pretty sure that's crime.
Well, I think that perhaps we just have different laws. You know me. Different laws.
Yeah, absolutely. Call with a nice new weapon. Mendax with a very utility-focused gem. And Nigel, you exit the vault. You're holding It's not a weapon. It's nothing too large. In your hand, you look down and you open your palm, and you have a very nice and ornate silver spoon.
Well, this might just be the saddest bloody thing. What the hell did I pick up a stupid spoon for? Do I notice anything special on inspecting it?
You look at it and you kind of turn it over. No, it's a silver spoon. But as you sort of do, the robes, your sleeves kind of riffle back a little bit. You can see there's something written on the inside of your forearm, like that. You pull back your sleeve, yeah. You can see that in the same ink that you carry around and the same sort of penmanship, it looks like you wrote this on your arm. It says in all caps, "Do not lose the spoon." That's it. There's nothing else written anywhere else.
I'm going to check the parchment. Is the parchment still blank in my pack?
Yeah, that's the only thing you wrote on your arm was "Do not lose the spoon."
The most useful thing you could have written for yourself was "Don't lose it." Bloody fantastic, Nigel. You've outdone yourself. I've got a spoon. Don't lose it. Great. Not gonna lose it. I don't have anything to use it for, and that's the problem. It's a spoon.
Don't be mad, Nigel. It's a very nice spoon.
It's an excellent spoon.
It is the nicest spoon you've ever seen. I will say that.
It's good bit of spooning. Never hurt anyone. I mean, it gets boring after a while, but it never hurt anyone.
Well, it can cut off circulation to your arm. It's actually quite uncomfortable on the big spoon. It's really... The little spoon, it's all good. The big spoon, not so much.
Well, that is a little spoon, so I'm sure it would be fine.
Well, to be fair, I was always little spoon with my straw pillow girlfriend, Natia. We had some good times. But back on the point, you've got an awesome weapon. You've got an amulet. You can win fistfights, evade things, and steal things. I've got a spoon. Well, maybe I should probably stop making assumptions about the mental faculties of my brave companions in future. Maybe this is some sort of karmic justice for me looking down on you. You've been good companions, and if I could be a better comrade and have more respect, perhaps I would not be holding a bloody spoon right now.
Have you put it in your mouth?
It's a spoon.
I mean, you only licked the tip of it, though.
Give me an Arcana check, Nigel.
2 + 5, 7.
Okay. I mean, even with that, you would be able to sense some essence. There, you detect no magic in this item.
Maybe I'm doing some sort of long con, pick the one thing that's worth nothing, and then they'll come and say, look, your true justice or goodness or something, you didn't even take the shiny amulet or the cool weapon, and someone give me something even better. Maybe if there's someone watching and it's all a test.
Maybe we dared you in there. We don't know what happened in the vault. It could have been a dare, or you lost a bet.
It could have been. Well, who knows? Maybe there's only 2 really cool magical items and the rest of the vault is filled with shiny spoons. Either way, whatever. I'm happy for you two. You've got some fantastic magical items, and I'll be eating off the nicest silverware ever tonight.
That's the spirit.
There it is.
You guys, you walk across the bridge, Nigel. You notice you feel a little bit tired, a bit more than you remember being before you entered the vault. You have a slight headache, but besides that, there's nothing truly peculiar other than you just have a spoon.
Fantastic. I'm going to put on a brave face and continue along with my comrades who are both very happy with a spoon. Yay. Not sad.
You guys make your way across the bridge. He kind of nods at Call and is admiring the work of the scythe there. He looks at the gem and necklace that Mendax has, and he kind of points out some of the artistic value of the pendant. Nigel, if you still have the spoon in your hand, he'll just kind of look over at you and.
Okay. Yep. All right. Shall we head back up then?
Sounds
Yes.
good to me.
Do you like my spoon?
It's very unique and worldly of you. An interesting choice, my lord. But who knows what happens in the vault? Crazy place in there.
And the bridge will lower back down, and the mouth will rise back up as the infinite treasures and wealth of the dwarves is shut from behind you guys.
Well, that'll be a story to tell people about. That we went into the Dwarven vault. Actually, we shouldn't tell people about this. We should respect their property, not go blathering about spoons and scythes and what have you.
Exactly. What dwarven vault?
can
I've never
probably-
seen one.
Yeah, just brag to the opponents in battle before we slay them. That's it.
That seems safe enough.
It's-
That's fair.
Who knows? Maybe I'll end up stabbing somebody with my spoon, defeating them
It'll
in
hurt
battle.
more. It will hurt more because
It'll
it's
hurt
dark.
their ego. Yes. Imagine if you got killed by a spoon. You'd never live it down.
What if you
Because
just
you'd be dead?
bend it back, and then just let it go, just whack them on the bridge of the nose. Eyes water, they can't do anything, and then boom, in comes Carl with his incredibly useful and badass scythe. And it was really all because of your spoon. I mean, he obviously does the heavy lifting, does the work, finishes them off. Really, really useful. Probably could have done it without the spoon, but much easier because you bopped them on the nose and watered their eyes with that spoon, Nigel. And that was you. That was you.
I'll have to develop a training regimen specifically around using this spoon in battle. I'll start thinking about the theory.
Absolutely. And I think this is probably a solid spot to take about a 5-minute break. We don't have too much more for this session tonight, but I think we can do a little break here and probably a very wonderful time to unveil some new artwork that we've got for our Wayfarer adventurers. Compliments and props to Netherbat Art, who created this here. So we had a little Who's That Wayfarer competition up on Twitter. Truly difficult to guess, but we'll see if your guesses looked correct. So yeah, we can just go ahead. We'll take a quick break and we'll get back to it.
And we are back! Are you ready to see the brand spanking new, crisp, amazing art of the characters of Wayfarers done by Netherbat Art? Are you ready?
Yes.
Woo!
Unleash
Yes,
the
we are.
assets!
Woo!
Who's that Wayfarer?
Ho, baby!
Woo!
Oh, yes.
You've even got the new scythe all built in.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that looks so good.
Where's the spoon?
We'll have to add the spoon in the.
He's
in the
lost it
amulet.
already.
He already lost it.
You had one job, Nigel.
Shit.
Who is the biggest, thickest bird? He's the biggest, thickest bird. Looking pretty
What
good.
can I say?
They got my good side.
Yeah, you're looking great. Almost like mid-air and shit. I was too busy. My spoon's probably lost. I'm creating some magical wisps of magic from my oaken wand there.
From that 9-inch wand.
Indeed. The best sorts of magic, of course, do come out of oaken 9-inch solid hardwood wands. Goop, I like that he's being very affectionate as well, to be honest. Normally he just kind of stares at me, but he's actually giving me, a little bit of a hug there.
Little baby Goop, and I'm threatening the air. Just no one. I'm ready though.
You are
let anyone
commanding
know.
the charge.
Go get him.
And Call's
That's
like,
right.
okay.
I'm the supervisor.
That's right.
There
But
are
you've
clearly
got your
some
pair of
enemies to our
shoes in
left.
your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a wider shot picture of this as well, and some other individual assets with this. But truly, some very sick-looking art, if I say so myself. Very
Love it.
happy. Awesome.
Thank you very much, Netherbat.
Fantastic work. Awesome. Well, we can, like I said, not too much more. We'll go ahead and tackle this time on this episode of Wayfarers, but we have a bit more we can get to, that's for sure. So, clad in your new found items, your one item you picked from the Dwarven Vault, the scythe from Call, the amulet from Mendax, and the spoon of Nigel. You all make your way forth and travel out of the vault hallway, we'll call it, and and you guys head back up the stairs and to the main service hallway that you guys originated from. Oh, I think
What?
you're.
Sorry, I was just singing to myself.
No worries, no worries.
He was what to
Yes,
himself?
I think he said he was thinking to himself.
Singing.
Singing. He's
What
excited.
were you singing?
I was just literally singing Twitch chat. Pay attention to your DM.
It's I can get behind that sentiment
Sometimes
for sure.
I forget I'm on camera and I'm just singing to myself the way I would if I'm watching the stream.
Next time, leave the mic unmuted, man. Come on, don't keep it all to yourself.
We'll harmonize. We'll drop the beat, and then Carl will take it off with a freestyle. You'll be the Gwen Stefani to his Eve.
Yeah, you guys head back up and through the service entrance. You go back to the, we'll say, office area that the captain. You met the captain in, and he'll lead you back. Well, I certainly hope that this is thanks enough. But if there's anything else you need, we're at your disposal. You're welcome to Tol Karabad for as long as you'd like.
Actually, there was one major thing that we didn't bring up to you yet, but we should.
Oh?
Is there anyone in this city, rock biter, rock eater, rock muncher? There's someone we need to speak
eater.
to. Rock eater, thank you.
Rock Liquor,
Yeah.
Rock Nuzzler.
He'll pull out the missive that you guys received from Rongal, the blacksmith back in Lakewood, and he'll nod his head.
Yes, I read over Rongal's message. He says you carry with you some burden that you need, the expertise of the Rock Eater.
That's 3 burdens, in fact. Each of us has one of these rings, which we cannot remove.
And he'll take your hand and he'll look at the ring that's on it. He'll try to pull the ring, but obviously, as you mentioned, it doesn't budge and begins to tighten somewhat. And he lets it go.
Cursed objects. As you can't remove them, are one of you going to be offering up your finger as well? How do you expect the Rock Eater to help you? It doesn't say in this message. Only that you needed to see him.
So, the reason that we are being sent here in the first place is because the metal, or whatever these are made of, is mysterious to most smiths of the world. It's purple. Most metal isn't purple, would you agree? And the
Yeah,
Rock
I actually
Eater-
have some of the ore itself.
Yes.
I'll save that for my packing.
I see. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I thought he was gonna have to bite off one of your fingers. Huh, that's good.
And may I see the ore?
Indeed.
He'll take it from you, and he'll unwrap the cloth, and he'll inspect it. He'll hold it up to the light. He'll kind of pry on it a little bit. He'll even kind of tap it with his teeth, as if he's trying to inspect the different properties.
This is very strange indeed. Never seen something like this. I understand why Rongol sent you here. Yes, of course. Our city is indebted to you. The Rock Eater is at your disposal. It's very late now. Do you want to go now or wait till tomorrow?
I think we can wait till tomorrow. Is it possible by any chance to gain a short audience with Stumpy to thank him for access to the vault?
Of course. If you like, I don't know if he's available now or not. The king sustained injuries. A bit more intense than the ones you did. He's currently in recovery. I can inspect him, see what his status is, and let you know tomorrow? Or is it something urgent you need to speak with him now about?
I think tomorrow should do just fine. It's simply to pay our gratitudes to him.
Very good.
I recommend you stay out of the city for now. It should be reopened soon, but as the plague has yet been totally wiped out, I recommend you keep distance from anyone outside. We're still administering the cure. It'll take some time, but it should become not as infectious.
Well, hopefully soon.
Very good. Thank you very much for assisting us, helping us find the vault, choose an item, and then be on our way. You are a good captain of a strong city.
And he'll kind of puff his chest up and look very proud and, like, hit it.
Of course! For the glory of Tol Korobod!
Hail.
Can we,
And,
should we find you or just get directions to the Rock Eater?
No, I'll take you tomorrow.
Okay, we'll come and find you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and he'll kind of nod his head.
Do you need help getting back to your quarters?
Do I?
Any of you.
I don't need help. Maybe I could help Nigel. His leg is fucked up.
If you remember the way, then I can also help carry Nigel or, hang back and offer moral support. I just don't remember the way. I was, not hungover, but, a bit under the weather when we made our way out, so I don't quite remember all the turns.
I
To
believe
be honest,
my
I wasn't paying
instincts
attention.
of direction should guide us in the right direction.
Yeah,
hope
I'll trust
so.
Carl. Yeah, if Carl, if you know which way we're going, then I'll follow you.
Very good.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can make your way outside of the captain's office, and after getting turned around once or twice, you guys are able to find the way back to your quarters. Again, all the doors look pretty much exactly the same, but a very good indicator of yours were, again, the 2 dwarves that are still stationed at each of your doors, just standing there, kind of motionless and silent. They nod at each of you as you pass by. You're free to enter your quarters. You can all hang out for a while if you want to. When you walk into your rooms, you see that there is a platter of food for each of you in each of your guys' rooms.
Oh, perfect. I'm starving.
I know, so am I. Do you want to... Sorry, go ahead, Nigel.
Oh, no, you first, please.
No, I insist.
What is dwarven fare like? Is it just a lot of meat, or?
Yeah, it's lots of different types of salted and cured and smoked meats. There's cheese, there's bread. It's pretty simple stuff, you know. Nothing too extravagant. There are pitchers of water. There's no ale this time.
God damn it!
Goat's cheese?
I don't know. Give me a lucky D20 roll. Let's see what kind of cheese you got there, Nigel.
That's a 3.
All right, so you've got the proxy barracks cheese. So.
Is that they've literally got a whole pack of the ticks and they're milking them or something and making some
you got it, exactly. Exactly.
Is there stew or anything that could potentially be ate up with a spoon?
No, there's not. There's no super porridge or anything requiring a spoon.
Crumble some cheese. I will put it on the spoon, some of my tick cheese, and I will eat it using the spoon.
Fair enough. The
Tick
spoon
cheese.
works very well.
I don't think you wash well enough if that's the kind of cheese you have.
Yeah, the spoon. Once again, no, it works exactly like a spoon would work.
I'm pleased. At least I'm getting some use out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to, you're more than welcome to talk and communicate between yourselves. You're all very excited for the items you grabbed from the vault, so you might want to take some time and inspect and look over them. Nigel, less so with the spoon that you have. You look at your arm again and really try to compare what's written there to some notes that you took previously. You can confirm this is your handwriting. You wrote this. Just do not lose the spoon.
Could I, if I'm in my own quarters now, could I test something with my scythe?
Yes.
Well, given the day is winding down, we've had conversations and picked up a nice item from the vault, I would like to go into a rage.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of pop one of your rage potions, and you, in a blind of fury, go into a rage.
This is a very nice staff that I've found. Carl is back in business with a sharp item.
You guys hear yelling from the other room. It sounds like Carl has gone into a rage and is very excited about his new weapon.
Yes! Well, did any of the crow thing happen again?
No.
Oh. What if I suddenly felt extra angry in a moment?
Nope. Nothing.
What if I played peekaboo with Goop and it scared the shit out of me?
Goop is with the dwarf captain at the moment.
When I hear him screaming in a rage, I think the worst could have happened, that something's happening. I'd like to kick his door open and rush in.
Okay.
Go!
There's Mendax is in your room. Yeah, maybe if you're a little shocked at that. No teleportation, though. Roll an Arcana. Give me an Arcana check call.
18 plus.
Oh, that's very good.
Plus 4 is 22.
Okay, you don't have a lot of knowledge of magic and magic items or enchantments. It's all pretty Greek to you. You do know that some items can only be used a limited time per day. So, you're not 100% sure if that's this, or if you're doing something wrong, or if there's just, it's used up for the day.
Mendax!
Call!
Can you believe this awesome shit that I have? This weapon! Can you believe it?
Do you think if I grabbed onto my necklace that it could cut through me?
I would advise not testing that. That sounds very stupid.
There's only... At some point, it's going to have to come up in battle.
No, it's not. That's stupid.
Well, I'm going to use it at some point in battle, and what if it's not been tested?
I'm not gonna kill you.
Just
I like
aim for
you.
the Perhaps we could just aim for the finger with the purple ring on it.
You amaze me, Mendax. You would make a good barbarian, you know that?
Oh, that is so sweet. That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me. You don't have to swing super hard. I mean, we could just gently bonk it. I mean, Nigel didn't try to slap the shit out of me and go through me. He just tried to touch me. So if you just try to touch me with the blade, it won't kill me. It shouldn't cut my finger off if you're dexterous.
If you're in
He's
my
saying
room and I'm
if-
trying to touch you, someone might get the wrong idea.
The door is open. It's obviously on the level.
Is the theory you're trying to test whether the amulet only blocks the unwanted touches of a man, that if he's actually trying to attack you, it won't block that, but only just if he's just trying to grab you by the shoulder? It's a shoulder grabbing, blocking amulet?
If this amulet only blocked the unwanted touches of men, there'd be a lot more of these amulets around, I can tell you that, because they'd be in high demand.
Nigel, you're in the other room right now. None of your intellectual input is gonna
It's
be...
meta commentary. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go back to reviewing my spell book.
Unless there is some reason that you want to go over to them. Currently, you didn't let me know you're over there, so you're in your room.
No, I can hear them through the door a little bit, and I'm just shaking my head and mumbling idiots
Fair
to
enough.
myself.
Fair enough. So yeah, you have, magic items. Fuck talking to the wizard. Let's just figure this shit out.
Okay, I'm going to grab my necklace. Carl, you don't have to try to slice me. You should use the staff part. Use the staff part of your weapon and see if it will go through me.
You want me to bonk you with my weapon?
I would like you to... Carl, I would like to stand in the room alone with you and have you bonk me, please.
Well, I guess so.
I mean, you've got nothing else to do.
If it's for
Sorry, what are we
science-
doing?
So
I'm grabbing...
she's going to try to
I'm-
phase out, and I'm going to see if
Yes.
she can phase to dodge the bonk of
Okay.
the
Yes.
non-sharp side. I'm not stabbing her. I'm not slicing her.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, just bonking. There's
Yes.
nothing weird about it.
Got it.
Okay, I
Alright.
grab my amulet.
Call. Give me. You're a stationary and willing target to this attack. Is that correct, Mendex?
Absolutely. He has
Okay,
my
you
full
don't-
consent.
You do not need to roll a hit. Go ahead, however, and roll me a d4 plus your strength. Actually, hold on. Are you hitting her with this, or are you like tap? What are you doing? What's the force of this attack?
This is like a sparring match, right? Where she's not someone
Okay.
who killed my family and I'm on a revenge quest or whatever. It's not my full strength.
okay, but you're giving it a good hit. though.
Basically what I'm aiming for is if it does connect, then she would say ouch.
but not die.
Okay. Okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, your attack won't kill her, so you're fine with swinging with some force. Give me a D4 plus your strength modifier.
Okay. That's 4 plus 5. Wait, no, that's
So
9.
9.
Sorry. 4 plus 7. Sorry, 4 plus 3 is 7.
That's right. Shit, you're in a rage right now. I forgot about that. 4 plus 7, 11. Okay. Yeah. You being in the rage are having a very hard time tempering the amount of force that you put behind this swing. It's a very, very lucky thing that you came to your senses and decided to not use the actual bladed edge of this weapon, because you're not entirely sure that Mendax would still be alive and in front of you. Mendax, you in very precise, calculated time, grab the amulet and try to do exactly how you did before. Nothing happens, and he smacks you over the head with the end of the stick.
Does she take 11 points of damage?
Yes.
Fuck! God
What?
damn! Wait, I would have thought you'd wait for the smoke! My bad, that's my fault. Oh, fuck. So I should have stipulated that. What? Stupid amulet.
Why didn't it work?
You... Should we try it again? Maybe I didn't want it enough.
No, we should not try it again. If I did that same blow, you would be dead.
I'd be close.
You're asking a Kenku in a rage to hit you.
Okay,
This is very true.
fine. We'll try it again later. And honestly, I may have been a bit overambitious. Perhaps we should have started with a light bonking.
Yes.
With a spoon, perhaps.
Well, we did test it. My side thing.
At least you guys didn't go with the actual sight. Like, that's what's important to realize here.
Yes.
There,
Definitely.
you have a nasty welt on the side of your head, where Call has whopped you upside of your noggin.
Sorry about that.
Well, no, I asked for it. Don't apologize. I mean, it's all in good fun.
Well, what should I say then? Take that?
Oh, Nex is gone. I guess you upset her.
She's been bonked out of the video call.
She's been bonked out of the coal.
Alas.
Oy vey. Alas. Nigel, anything in particular you are going to be doing for the duration of the night?
Yeah, so I review my spell book, and then it actually occurs to me, I have a little bit of a moment where I realize that since I am maybe not the smartest person in the world, but definitely in this city, I should trust myself. And so, putting faith in my own words, I'm actually going to find a way to try and secure this spoon to myself in the safest possible way. So I would like to try to... I'm basically just going to put it in kind of the safest pocket. Maybe tuck it into my breeches, potentially, or something like that. Basically, I want to make sure... I mean, past self that I have no memory of has commanded me to not lose the spoon. So I'm going to basically... We're going to just tuck that into the personal pocket next in my undies, my waistband, and yes, make sure that I keep it close to my person at all times. And I'm going to make a habit of checking it's there and kind of examining it for any changes. Kind of every 10, 20 minutes when nothing happened, I'll be kind of checking the spoon's good, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You take special note. You decide to lean in completely to the wisdom of your past self. You must have a reason that you wrote this on your arm. Surely you weren't trying to play a prank on yourself, right? That's nothing that Nigel would have ever done. So you tuck it into one of the pockets inside of your breeches, and you make a mental note now to constantly check and make sure that this spoon is at your side. You kind of repeat the mantra in your head: do not lose the spoon. Do not lose the spoon.
Yes, rather than swallow sadness, I've, decided to embrace it in an almost zealous-like fervor, hoping there is some payoff almost half as cool as their magic goodies.
Yeah, absolutely. You are contented, and you have pushed past the disbelief that there is no point to this. So you are now confident that this spoon serves a purpose, and that you just don't know what it is yet. Anything else from our duo? I think Ash is back and can hear us now.
I am back. I can see and hear everyone again. Every time I disappear from you, I'm still here.
That's so weird. That's crazy. Yes, so you are in pain, but not dead nor unconscious. The amulet did not work, though. Roll an Arcana check.
Ooh, 23. Natural 20.
Yeah, you are also not very proficient in the ways of magic items, but you know a little bit of how they work. Being a natural denizen of the world, magic items are not amazingly uncommon. But that bonk on the head must have jogged your memory, because you too realize that some magic items just have a limited amount of uses per day before they have to recharge. Maybe that's what this is. Who knows?
Carl, this may have a limited number of uses, but I was so stupid. It's probably because of the herbs. But perhaps tomorrow we try again with a slightly lighter hit. Slightly lighter bonking.
I will say...
And we'll wait for the smoke.
I respect your courage to do the solid science yourself. Not just believing the words of this or that expert, or going and asking for someone's opinion, but just putting it to the test. With a nice bonk.
I need good empirical data, and there's no better way to get it than with a good bonking.
Well, it didn't get the result that we wanted, but the test was successful.
It was. We didn't get the result we wanted, but we did get to a result. And now we know a little bit more than we did a few moments ago.
Indeed. Well, we should probably rest so you can recover. You'll probably have a headache again tomorrow.
No. Probably. Yeah. Okay.
You each retire to your respective rooms, admiring whatever items you have. Nigel now relinquished to having to believe that the spoon he has serves some purpose. Mendax inspecting the quality of the amulet. You see now as well that the movement of the cloud that is inside of the opal has stopped. It's not moving right now. Maybe some kind of indicator as to if it's effective at the moment or not. And Call, you take your time and head off to sleep as well. Nigel, Tommen comes back to your room again later on, maybe another 30-40 minutes, knowing that you guys are back. Knocks on your door to see if he can take a look at the bandage again for your leg.
Alright, I'll sit up. Obviously, it's a bit sore from kind of limping around all day. Thank you. How's it look?
Yeah, so he'll do his same sort of procedure of wiping off the paste, essentially, of the salve mixture. It actually looks better from this morning. It started to kind of, you get that weird sort of, not scab, it's like a goopy scab, of the healing process for major wounds like that. But surprisingly, it's healing fairly quickly. In order for it to heal fully, he surmises it's probably going to take at least 3 weeks or so before the skin is totally healed over. And recommends that you do as minimal movement as possible. No fighting, no combat, no anything like that if you can avoid it. And just minimal movement. Walking is accepted, but if you start to notice it hurts or is more painful than it should be, then stop. So yeah, he, obviously says that for the entire time that you're here at Tol Karabad, he's more than happy to look over your leg.
Oh, thank you, Tommen. I received that news quite well. Good to know. Thankfully, if I am forced to fight, it usually involves standing several dozen feet behind the actual fighting and simply launching firebolts at people, so it shouldn't cause too much trouble.
All right. And he'll make a comment, and he'll say, so, rumor is you got to see the vault. What did you get?
I mean, obviously, I'm not going to talk about the vault once we leave here in Tol Karabad, but I assume it is not, it's okay to share the knowledge. And personally, I was actually hoping a local with more knowledge might have any idea why such a valued possession was given to me. And I'll reach into my breeches and pull out...
He kind of backs up, so
oh, no, not that. Pull the spoon out. I was just keeping it for safekeeping. It's a silver spoon, and I can't detect any magical properties. Is there any local mythology or stories that you know of regarding this? Obviously, I've lost my memory, and I can't remember why I selected such a, on the surface, mundane item. And I'll hand him the spoon if he wants to take it.
He won't take it.
That's okay. I can see it from here.
He'll kind of nod his head.
Yep, that's the stories of the vault are true, right? Not even I've been in there, but the mind erasure, some mystical work. As far as legendary spoons go, no. No,
Well,
there's no stories of spoons.
Unfortunate. And I'll tuck it back into my breech.
Well, I'm sure you must have seen something in there that led you to take such an item.
Maybe there's not all that much in there. He's really trying to make you feel better.
A legendary vault of the dwarves, untold riches and wealth. The spoon could be something amazing.
I'm hoping my past self in the vault had some inkling that was so, because for now, I am simply going to follow my own advice. Check it out. I left a note for myself. I said, keep it safe. Don't know why, but
Clearly,
hopefully there was a reason.
this spoon is of great import. Yes, one day I'm sure.
I'll keep it sacred, as you can tell, storing it with the valuables.
Amazing, incredible.
And he kind of is like now trying to just.
It's a wonderful spoon. Gosh, never seen one quite so nice before.
Yeah. So, you've been a good friend to me, Tommen, and did I ever tell you the story about the hot elf ghost babe?
Oh, no, you haven't.
And I will regale him with the story of my enchanting night. And change the subject quite suddenly.
Perfect. He's enchanted by this story. He oh my gosh, the adventurer, the hero of the city of Tol Karabad is telling him about the tales of his past and his travels. Absolutely, Tommen is all in. He eats it up. He loves hearing about it. And if you show him the mirror, he'll
my gosh, a legendary artifact from Nigel.
And
Reflection in it?
no, he doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So he'll whatever stories you want to tell him, you are more than he'll listen to completely. He thinks
Cool.
you're very cool.
Awesome. I'll tell him that the story of just that one for now, and I'll also just kind of hint at stories of griffins and you know, and meat and
Birds of prey.
mythical butchers with excellent skills and humorous names and all sorts of other adventures. But
You
I'll have
feel
to
like
tell
he's
you the
gonna-
rest of the details another time.
Oh yes, of course.
You feel like he's gonna tell his friends, like,
He told me all about these stories. He didn't tell anybody else. He told me though.
yeah, absolutely. He's more than happy, but
Well, don't let me keep you. You get some sleep, Nigel. I'll check on you in the morning.
Good night, Tormund.
Take care. Keep the spoon safe. And he'll leave.
I pat my next to my groin and give him a nod.
okay. Yeah, you each call Mendax any final things you want to do before you go to sleep.
I would like to bask in the glory of having such a fine new weapon, just for a minute.
You can bask in the glory for several minutes.
But
It
then I
is
would like
a
to turn
incredible...
suddenly over to it and then admire it for a moment, but then look back and then wonder to myself if it's all a dream. But then look back at it. Is it still there?
Yes, it's still there.
That's a damn nice scythe. I pity the fool who gets hit with that. Poor Mendax, I still feel bad. I'll get it some ale later.
And then she
Worth
won't remember
it.
anything.
Worth
Maybe that's
it.
how they get you to forget your trip inside the vault. They just hit you over the head as you leave. Absolutely. You're more than welcome to admire the craftsmanship and the beauty of such an incredible artifact.
Very good. I would also like to sleep.
You can. You can add to your inventory the Scythe of Crow's Storm.
That's an awesome name. Do I know that's the name of it?
Yeah, you named it that, so yeah.
Oh, I did. I didn't remember that at all.
It seems fitting. Mendax, anything for you, or are you sleeping?
I'm going to eat a bit of food off of the thing. I'm going to grumble to myself about the fact that there's water and not any ale. I mean, it's an entire city. We did save everything, and all they could spare is one little jar of ale yesterday. Fine. And then I would like to go to sleep.
Absolutely. You can add to your inventory the Amulet of Fading.
So
And
faded.
These are, it seems very fitting and appropriate. So you, both of these are magic items. You guys I believe you have an attunement section of your inventory. You can put these as attuned magic items. You can have a max of 3, so that will take one of the spots. Nigel, after you're finished talking with Tommen, assuming you, you know, nothing else you're looking to do, you doze off to sleep as well. You can add to your inventory the Dwarven silver spoon.
Hells yes. And I don't use it for eating anymore now that it's part of the breeches.
Okay.
crew.
All right.
Just use the cutlery provided.
Absolutely, you got it. It's now a valued treasure and artifact that you received from the Dwarven Vault, and you're treating it as such. And yeah, each of you fade off to sleep, and I think that is a pretty solid spot to go ahead and call it for the night for this session of Wayfarers.
This was a nice,
We will-
refreshing, and fun time.
Yeah,
Quite
for
lovely.
most people, yeah. Unless you got hit on the head or drank too much ale or had some surgery on your leg.
It's not the worst weekend I've ever had. I'm just saying.
Well, I had a good
Very
time.
true.
I just want to say once again, big thanks to Netherbat as well, because
Oh my god. Absolutely.
the reaction in chat to Nigel's portrait has been absolutely slaying me the entire time since the art got revealed, and that's exactly what I wanted in terms of a reaction. That's exactly
literally
what I
perfect.
was visualizing.
Yes, Netherbat did a incredible job. Maynard's descriptions of your character are killing me, actually.
I need to
Oh
screenshot
my
them all
God.
and make a little
We
collage.
really do. Perfect.
I really like the
Yes.
shadow. You can see the shadow behind Carl. The demon soul, demon form with him.
Yeah,
Ridiculous. I'm
Yes,
hyped. I'm stoked. And now we should be back to the usual rhythm of episodes as well. So it'll be every other week. So next week, no Wayfarers, but then episode 12, week after that.
Yes. Looking
Hopefully
forward to it.
some more shoes for Mendax to squirrel away, no doubt.
Oh my god. I've got 2 extra
are.
pairs again. I was depleted of shoes and pants before today. So, this has just been a milestone day. Just wonderful. 2 extra pairs of shoes, 2 extra pairs of pants. I even got a couple extra shirts, which I don't really need, but whatever, I'll take them.
You can never have too many clothing items for Mendax.
You
Surely
can't.
the wardrobe must continue.
It has to. I guess technically a 3 of each, because my laundry has not been returned, correct? We've not received our laundry back.
No, not yet. No.
Okay,
You have
then.
not. So
Okay.
you're still wearing the simple clothes that they gave you. They're very nice clothes, but they're not, they're not your gear. You assume they're cleaning them, and that someone didn't just take them.
If someone domestically foraged from my own fucking room, I'm going to be very unhappy. They're going to get.
you'll have to find out next time.
On the
In
next
2 weeks.
episode of Wayfarers. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are an excellent audience. We always have a blast reading the chat. Half the funny stuff is there anyway. Well done, Apoptosis, Mendax, Nigel, and Carl, and Cobra, and Netherbat. We will see you on the next one. Don't drink too much ale.